holding as the rock, but Devi has managed to turn things back to an even scenario. Timing here is going to be everything.
Alright guys, kita mau coba nonton bareng deh. Kalau ada yang mau nonton bareng. Kita nonton bareng.
Here and to come out into a 1v1 scenario in the end, in that sort of scenario, especially considering Mako got that double kill backside. If he's traded there, that is a round lost.
They did do the trade kind of weird. Like I know why, because they wanted to heal up as well. That was the point of Jin going in second, but considering he was 15 HP, a lot less chance of him getting that trade kill. So a bit of a risk for PaperX that I will say it personally, I'm not a fan on. I get it because he popped the ult. That's
exactly. It's just one of those rounds, right? It comes close to it. It ends up falling apart in the end. With 2-1 on the board, PaperX have got their buy up here. Devi's going to play the Sheriff, and he's got his Hunter's Fury to work with. He's going to be clearing out a lot of control for them with the utility when they do go to the push. And for now, that seems to be taking place towards A. Trap wire covering C long, smoke coming in. And all the
Forsaken dashes into the side off the back of it, and I think actually the flash then blinds up RB, but he still manages to get a kill off the back of it. Another peek coming through. Mako still just swinging.
2 lawan 3. Oh my god. Devi alone. Oh my god. Bentar. Yang tadi kalah. Yang ini kalah. What the fuck? Yang pas ininya kalah gitu. Nih. Ini kalah. 2 lawan 1 kalah. Oh, masih ada RB.
And now Devi left alone. He doesn't have himself the spike, but instead he's going to go looking
a
for a fight. Dinked up on the other side, tries to hold the angle, but he can't face off against our.
Kalah yang pasti.
DRX already showing that they're capable of dealing with the fast pace that PaperX are putting out. That's the wrong logo.
Ini siapa nih yang
that because of that quick reaction.
Technical pose. Oh, ininya salah. Optic Gaming lawan DRX. Ini belum keganti.
Don't think they've scrimmed optics.
Hey, you never know. Maybe it's a complete substitution. No, I'm kidding.
Lupa. Dia face it Cemile, orang teh ID face it-nya teh error teh geuning Cen. Nggak bisa diganti. Yang dari dulu teh geuning nggak bisa diganti si account face it-nya. Jadi kayak harus bikin baru gitu. Bikin baru pun susah, nggak bisa, nggak jadi ini si ID-nya. Nah kan dari dulu nggak pernah main face itu gara-gara itu doang.
Played up, but I guess they must have actually disconnected throughout that. So I think they're going back to try and sort that round out. I'm sure that's something that is going to be spoken about. I honestly, I'm disappointed he hasn't played the entire map in his outfit.
So this is an interesting scenario then. We're going to be resetting to 2-1. I've got confirmation. So going back around here, giving PaperX a second lease of life really.
What the fuck? Gitu kena mukanya kenapa, Cok? Kotor banget. Lu bisa main mod. Kayak gatel gak sih di mukanya? The fuck, Benkai? What are you doing, man?
Some connectivity issues that we're now.
Yeah, I got the fortitude by coming back into a game, but at the same time, you can also look at it by the fact they haven't taken their foot off the gas at any moment. Like, they could be 10-2 in the lead versus Zeta 11-1 in the lead. Did they let them back in a little bit? Did they go, oh, let's not show to... No, they just destroyed them. Yeah. They just obliterated them. And that's the one thing, like, going into this map, we haven't seen any changes on the side of DRX, and I'm very glad of that. Because this composition, when they played up against Zeta, was absolute filth. I think Buzz...
Jadi guys, ya. Kita ngobrol via Discord juga, guys. Si error tuh.
I feel like the roles within this team now look a lot more stellar. You got Stacks as one of the best initiators in the entirety of the game. Whether you think that DRX are going to be challenging for the title or not, that man's value for this squad is... I don't even know if there's many teams that can even compare. So I'm excited to see how they actually look to try and win this round for a second time, and if there will be an adaptation for PaperX, because there would be one hell of a flex if they basically just went and did the same thing again.
Yeah, and you know, Devi coming in, we saw the Hunter's Fury to cover the push through. That is a brave play. It's something I don't expect to see coming through here again, because for the simple reason it relies on the surprise factor, and you won't really have that. if you're running it for the second time in a row. And looking over at the DRX side, I guess they have no choice but to play a default. I guess playing like early aggression in a round like this is going to be so risky, knowing the Paper X having already shown an insane amount of pace. It can be a little bit tough to figure out what the right approach is for them.
Yeah, I think as well, like, a lot of the stuff that they got caught out by, I don't know if necessarily repeatable. Like, the fact that we had the dash into the side for Forsaken, he gets an opener off of a nice little set piece. They then just didn't see RB.
Yeah.
Does that happen twice? Probably not, but we're trying to tell the future, and luckily, well, it's not far away.
Mulai lagi.
Yeah, it's starting to come back online here. You see 10 seconds left on the clock. DRX running it back a second time. Not an ideal scenario for the team. You can see their setup.
Tadi udah 2-2 dah.
Out into a default. Looks like they want some early A aggression though. Just take a look at Stax's position.
Diulang roundnya, what the fuck? Tadi udah 2-2.
Out of RB, and he's going to try to duel for this control. At least hold the information. Good tag through the wall. Forsaken already down to 68 HP, and that's going to
What
really
the fuck?
make
Rollback, anjing bisa ngerollback. Oke, Forsaken dengan prime vandalnya, guys. Sesimpel ngasih presence dulu gitu kan di A-nya. Terus mereka nggak langsung main push. Jason dia nge-push. Oh shit, almost. Dia kayaknya gugup deh. Oh shit, nggak kena.
He was taken down right away. RB on the headshot. Here comes the garage push through the nano swarm.
Anjing, what the fuck?
Stunned through as well.
Gila.
With some great
Buzz.
reactions, and the Spectre even winning the duel in garage. And now here's the paranoia from Mako. Already had huge
So
impact.
dead.
Players on long are going to be stopped because of it. But watch who's coming out. Benkai running in through the garage. They weren't ready for it. He'll only get the one.
Sakit banget Mako. What the fuck? So sharp.
Might have had to run it twice, but they've got the round eventually.
Yeah, I also don't like this round anywhere near as much for Paper X. Like, the last was like a set piece, had a nice little sort of, well, you used the ultimate to get you in, you also had the flash to sort of buy you some space, whereas this was basically, hey, can Forsaken get a kill on one side of the map, and can Jing get one on the other? And the answer to both of those was no. Why have you put this in a replay?
Yeah, in fairness, that stun was on point, you know, the rate of fire undoubtedly caused that extra damage to come through for Forsaken. Now, he was headshot when he was taken down, so I don't think it would have made much of a difference either way. Oh no, that's the spike!
What? Wait, what? Ini kan nge-push kan.
Oh no,
anjing.
Benkai got pushed forward. The recon.
Oh, kena recon dia.
Paper X really need to figure that out. Look, they've got pistols here, so we can make excuses, but that's twice now that recon's come back to bite.
Iko dari PRX masih ngecoba. Lihat mereka, maksudnya walaupun menang senjata, mereka nggak yang greedy pick gitu loh. Jadi tetap yang hold angle gitu. Main nyantai, nyari informasi. Kira-kira ada siapa aja di A ke B gitu. Lihat, disiplinnya gila banget. Lihat. Dawai, come on brother.
Well, you'd hope chance of that happening again for Paper X slim. Again, the hold out now from DRX. They don't really have to spread themselves too thin. Just keeping trades available and everything currently being watched.
Come on guys.
On the other side.
Ketahuan tuh, 2 di long. Bingung gak tuh? Jing. Keras.
Good luck.
Making a pass here, they're expecting it as well. DRX are very much controlled and given up.
Kagak kena tuh dilihat-lihat serifnya.
Fantastic stuff for DRX, building up that economy. And so far, their reactions have been on point. The utility out of Mako, honestly, just the paranoias that we've seen hit already. He's conserving them for just the right time. The communication seems to be on point. As soon as the util goes out, there's someone there to react on it. And you see that in every aspect of the game, not just with Mako's util, but that recon that's going down out of Zest. They always plan to do something with the utility if you're not going to counter it, if you give them that space. They're not just throwing it out and going, oh yeah,
return the ashes.
Udah ganti.
Going into this round as well, Paper X again. They obviously the Hunter's Fury that wasn't used this time is
Time out.
available to be online. you're also getting a little bit closer to a couple of other ults, but the value's not really there. Whereas on the other side, got that lockdown, although I assume Device probably just holding on to his Hunter's Fury to make sure that can't bite them in the butt if they get into an afterplant. But I'd like to see them go for a set piece again. Like, I do think that isolating a couple of the players, getting into an afterplant gives a good opportunity. I will say from watching some of the Korean VODs, you do see that DRX are incredibly well timed when it comes to their retakes.
Ini ya, wah anjing.
We even saw it in the round that
Mouse-nya ini ya, wireless. Final mouse wireless.
It's not going to be easy,
Yang
but
ini
I
buat
think
sih
it'll be easier than the
final
sort of
mouse
default style,
wireless.
because at least for now, the jewels are not going in
Gak
the
ada anjing.
direction of Paper X.
I see DRX as we kick off this.
Mouse-nya si Jing ini pakai final mouse dia, gila. Tuh, mouse-nya mahal banget anjing. Seharga VGA baru.
And there's no reason to change it when it's had this amount of success. I want to see Paper X's adaptation, which has to start with breaking that recon, which is on its way through. It's destroyed instantly. On the other side, well, not so much.
Oke.
At least managed to take that control.
Dari tadi masih kayak gitu ya, mereka coba untuk nembusin A-nya, padahal penjagaannya tuh tetap sama, tetap si Sova sama si Jet di A-nya tuh. Shit. Tahu dong harusnya, masa nggak tahu sih, bro? Oh anjing. Oh what the fuck? Harusnya. Masa iya itu? Tipikal player power pasti ada nyumput di sana ya guys. Wah. TP sembarangan dia. Cuek ya, TP-nya cuek banget. PD-nya tingkat 3 guys. Forsaken what? Wah itu nggak ngecek anjing.
But yeah, if the guy's on the left, right, alarm bot's on left, you maybe get in there, cause another angle for them to worry about, put more pressure on the A players, but yeah, if the guy is stood there, you look a bit silly.
There's so much risk. That's the worry I really have with all of Paper X's plays so far over the last couple of rounds. It's like, can Forsaken win this 1v1? Can Jing win this 1v1? And that's not a
shit. Iko lagi mereka. Gak punya uang kan? Iko lagi.
And the fact that he was confident enough to go.
Ini nih dia ngeceknya nanggung gitu loh.
You need to be careful of this because they have been happy to push up.
Tuh ini ngedesnya cuek ke side tanpa ngecek side-nya gitu. Rapi banget. Rapi banget. Ini kan dulu Vision Strike kan si DRX ini. Cuman ganti satu orang nggak usah. Si Zes gitu ngegantiin King atau siapa gitu. Nice one, Mako. Oh gitu ya. Picknya PD gak jelas itu loh guys. Oh hi. Thank you Firman Syarex. Oh Bang Rere. Thank you Bang Rere. Udah mampir. Udah subrek. Thank you Bang Rere. Gila per second. Oke, ke blind mereka mundur deh. Mereka expect gak nih di sebelah kanan? Harusnya ngecek corner dulu gak sih? Oke. 4 lawan 4 tapi kondisi musuh tuh half buy. Kondisi si PRX-nya half buy. Oh, what the fuck? So sharp, Mako. Oh, holy shit. Davai so dead. Davai so dead. Benkai. Oh my god. Gila, tajam banget, cok. DRX.
Didn't have the best of weaponry to work with. They came in with a bunch of weaknesses. So another round where these kind of tools from Mac were pretty.
Dia kontrol spraynya tuh pinter gitu. Jadi bener-bener tungguin bener-bener pas baru dia mau nge-spray. Kadang kalau di gameplay kita kadang ya cuek aja. Spraynya kemana aja gitu.
He's getting more than 2 kills around right now.
15 kill sendiri si Mako. Dede gemes.
assists as well. I think he got 2 kills in the round that was cancelled. Also had the assists in with the paranoia. You know, he's had a pretty good game so far. Consistency's there.
Well, at least in early rounds, it's just
Oke.
swinging on, killing
Itu kemana ya dia? Anjing.
Getting pressured and still
Ngantuk, Prim. Wah, tidur, Prim. Timing. Aduh, what the fuck?
It's free, and this is what I mean. Like,
What the
so
fuck?
reliant on Forsaken to basically do everything there. There was no backup plan. If he gets no kills, he gets no kills. No one can trade, no one can do anything else.
Mati nih.
A little bit too much. That is not the way that
Cemile moment, Cemile moment.
Robbie gets away with it.
Ngedesnya ke depan, Cemile moment. Pakai jet, Cemile pakai jet.
He's able to set back up with the operator again.
Desnya ke depan.
He won't just be seeing it.
Sini Prim, Discord Prim. What the fuck?
But that will not stop him, Mind Freak. The TP down below.
Kena
This
dong,
will be
OP.
expected, especially with the smoke up top. They might think that he's up there. And realistically though, that's just going to cost them a little bit of time.
3 lawan 5 bisa nggak tuh?
They stun, they clear it, and okay,
Logikanya
now they know that it's free.
Stark punya ulti, Benkai ngeflank gitu kan? Gimana coba? Ya kan? Di tengah ada trap. Oh, kena. Oh, hancur di decoy-nya hancur. Decoy apa? Namanya teh. GG sih ini mah. GG guys. Ben kayaknya safe. Oh shit, so hard guys. This is so hard. Tahun lalu kalahnya sama apa ya? PRX lupa. Masalah gini loh, walaupun memang si PRX ini lagi apa ya, lagi improve banget, tapi kan vision vision strike apa DRX juga pasti improve banget kan? Mereka nggak mungkin diem-diem baik, pasti improve parah. Mati nih. Kalau nggak ngecek lagi gila sih. Nice. Oh shit. Oh shit. Come on, Jason. Oke, mereka ada yang lewat mid. Wah, ketahuan dong. Oh enggak. Planting. Wah. So dead anjing. So dead. Terbang dia guys. Spike-nya jatuh di B.
You've just heard that nano swarm go down as well. Look, there's 50 seconds, so time isn't that much of an issue for them. But I love that Buzz is just letting it sit there, right? They're going to have to get close and try to destroy it.
Jaganya.
Looking at it as they come in, allows them to kill them, and if not, he can just do that when they start to try to destroy it. Pop it now by a little
Oke, for second-nya ngebokong dari arah C. Dapat kan? Dia harus dapat sih. Mau nggak mau harus dapat sih. Nice, come on. Oh, nice one guys, let's go. Come on, PRX. Indonesian team, not team, but Indonesian player. 2 people. It was
Halo,
there.
Kang.
Halo, Prim. Siapa? Aku? What? What? Apa? Masa nggak ada suara? Wait, what? Sound. Ada. Cek. Oh, anjing. Ya, halo, Brim, maksud.
Ya, aduh.
Bangsat, perfect. Nggak tahu nih, gue iseng-iseng aja. Nanti dihapus paling si videonya. Kan nggak bisa kan? Ini gimana nih? Berapa? Gimana, Mas?
Terlalu suka lihat turun.
Oh. Oh my god, that fly so good. Dar. Lu nonton yang di mana, YouTube kan?
Iya.
Oke. Biar bareng POV. Wah, tahan nih. Dead. Disiplin banget anjing DRX. Gila.
Yang Indo yang mana? PRX.
PRX. Si Forsaken sama si Mind Freak. Cuek ya. Balik lagi nggak tuh? Rotasi lagi anjing ke B ini. Oke. Mind Freak udah masuk B. Smoke arah billingnya. Tapi rotate-nya ke A, anjing pinter. Nggak tahu deh. Semoga dapet sih. Harusnya dapet sih. Kecuali kalau di stun. Beda cerita enggak. Dapet. Oke. Nice one Mind Freak. Tuh, flanker yang pinter tuh dia. Jadi kalau udah dapet satu, either dia majuin nyari lagi, dia mending mundur bareng ke temen-temennya. Nih, kalau ada fully harusnya fully nonton nih.
Aduh.
Anjing, di clutch dong 1 lawan 3. Oke, nice one. Itu masih dapat. 6-4. Ya, emang kelihatannya sih emang lebih kuat dari DRX, tapi masih bisa keimbang sih. Dari segi aim ya emang agak diff ya. Korea anjing. Shot juga aim ternyata. Pedes. Anjay, sap. Nice gitu kan. Teriak-teriak nice. Biar semangat tuh timnya. DRX timeout nih. Kita harus ngapain nih, cuman? Pakai bahasa Korea gitu. Sarangnya. Hah?
Arigato. Ini live streaming sampai kapan?
Sampai sahur.
Waduh, tumben. Libur kan?
Libur. Besok libur. Aku cuma bisanya kalau sampai sahur pas libur doang, Prim. Kalau hari kerja gak berani. Daripada apa?
Ini kan aku setiap subuh sama ngabuburit menjelang mau buka tuh live streaming tuh. Nah, live streamingnya Genshin mulu nih. Niatnya mau coba DBD kalau mau.
DBD ayo. Janjiin aja kapan-kapannya. Tapi kayaknya kalau DBD enaknya sore nggak sih? Kalau hari ini Sabtu mungkin nggak bisa soalnya pergi kan. Minggu. Paling kalau mau Sabtu pas malam, Sabtu malam.
Sahur
Pas malam. Tapi nggak sampai sahur banget, paling ya setengah-setengah. Misalnya DBD udah berapa game paling ke Valorant gitu. DBD kan gitu kan nggak enak main terus-terusan tau. Gue pernah nyoba main, bosan gitu loh.
Maksimal kayaknya 4 kali gitu.
Iya kayak
lebihnya pasti bosan.
Soalnya gitu aja. Apalagi kalau kita yang awal-awal kan skillnya nggak banyak, harus beli ABCDE. Masih ya sistemnya masih kejar-kejaran doang gitu kan. Oke. Oh shit. No scope. Still hit. Anjing. Bubuk sama RB ini mah. Wah.
Take a look at PaperX's economy. 3 players not going to be able to buy. In fact, coming into this one, Benkai having to play a Spectre. The others can't even afford shields in the Spectre. And as we said, you don't really get to bridge the gap with ultis. Okay. That's one way to do it.
We've seen that 2 days in a row.
You know, when you look at this situation for PaperX as well, the tragedy is they've got every ult online except
mereka masuk tapi emang gimana ya? Kalau emang udah jago musuhnya, kadang kita mau segala cara kayak udah pasrah. Anjing maju aja. Dapat gak dapat bodo amat nih. Oke, Forsaken dengan Marshall ya, Marshall Spring. Nah ini jauh ya. Oh, kenapa di smoke jauh biar jadi point of view itu dia masuk langsung nggak tahu mau ngepick mana gitu. Langsung dijaga OP. Mampus. OP. Anjing kena dong. Setipis itu loh aimnya. Anak muda emang ya, anjing. Matanya tipis banget. Gila digocek. Gila digocek. Masa nggak mati tuh 13 saat. Anjing ke flick lagi, cok. Oh Jing, come on. Oh shit, Mako, why so sharp? Anjing, Mako. Sakit, sakit. Lihat. Kill 19 sendiri. Kenapa?
Tajam. Nontonnya juga rada ini telat dikit.
We'll be answering that question in a second. Doug, I just can't help but notice Justice just looks
Make up-nya gitu banget ya Mbak ya.
that entire house.
Si Mbak nih. Make up-nya make up sky banget nih.
I'm gonna give you an analogy to
Ih,
get
lucu nih.
that I'm
Cinta
feeling.
Loro bukan sih, bukan ya?
It's
Bukan
like
dong.
Mirip.
after a long day at school, work, whatever it is, and you're like, oh,
Kayak ini bukan sih Colin brother.
chip cookies, but they're raisins.
Apa tuh, nggak
They're
ngerti.
raisins,
Twin
they're
Colin.
chocolate
Siapa
chip
sih?
you have being debated, and that's exactly what
Yang
Paper
kembar
Rex
itu
did
loh.
to me this first half. 100% win rate.
Bukan Dea kan, Dea.
They have some of the highest attacking rates in the entire
Baru kill
league.
6 per second.
Undefeated, and they come out
Gugup
and they
ya,
do
Jason gugup ya lawan DRX. The real monster.
what they're capable of.
Monster PCT.
Talked about him at the beginning of the show, and well, for good reason, right? Like Forsaken has made quite a name for himself, but you're seeing some of these even like minor mistakes, like dashing onto C,
Yeah.
or excuse me, dashing onto A, and while you're dashing, not checking your 50.
Yeah.
Right, like little things like that. Doesn't check it. There's
Yeah.
nothing. There's no layer to make sure he's getting into the site easily, and he just gets popped. It's those little things that have been really disappointing for me.
I have a big note here. It's in like capital letters.
Itu
on my
kandangnya di
card
mana,
here,
Kang?
and it's, you know,
Apa?
Mario's just been absolutely
Itu
dominating
turnenya
them.
di mana?
Whilst we
Di
highlight Marco and Arthur, just going
Iceland tuh
forward,
apa
we
sih?
can do that.
Reykjavik
We're
tuh.
throwing players in one at a time in
Iceland lah pokoknya.
It's going to be easy for
Coba
me
cari
apt players like
Reykjavik.
Arthur,
Gue juga
to be able
kurang
to
tahu tuh
capitalize on
negaranya
that.
apa ya.
I see John go C-long, 4
Daerah
rounds in a row
Jerman
by
apa?
himself, no tradability, no
Jauh ya.
refragability
Jauh dong.
whatsoever. And Mako's like,
Mereka
dead,
terbang
dead,
dari
dead,
Singapura ke sana aja 2 hari kayaknya, 48 jam.
on Paper Rex for some reason on this half. This is unusual. I don't understand why we're getting
Kan
this.
mukanya tuh
Paper Rex
lucu-lucu,
is
tapi
going to be a
jago
walk in
gitu.
the park for them, 'cause both of these teams
Come
are
on,
attacking
Jing.
side and they move on to their attack.
Ya, tegang dia. Nemu musuh yang anjing keras banget nih musuh ya. Di apak gua belum nemu nih yang keras-keras begini nih. Sekalinya internasional nih. Deg-degan nih, geter. Aimnya geter.
Was that off the top?
That was, I actually kind of took notes, but I was like on a
That
roll.
was still sick.
Yeah,
that
but
was
then I ran out.
Bau-bau juara nih DRX. Belum ada yang ngalahin anjing. Ada gak sih? Udah ya? Jadi kita cek Reykjavik.
No, okay, my bad.
No,
Invest?
no.
Okay, no. All right, sorry. I'm giving you
Less.
rhyming words.
Less.
DRX.
Lest Mako continues
Menang
what
anjing.
he's doing.
Belum anjing.
Marco's
gonna be a
blessed.
2-0 menang. Iya nih belum ada yang ngalahin.
So over us.
Yeah,
Doug
I didn't
is
mind
so
that.
over our cringe. But I believe that Tom was saying, like, can anyone outdo Mako? I mean, right now he's just on fire,
Yeah,
Doug.
I don't know how anyone does, right? Like he, as a controller, man, I keep looking
Yeah.
at the stats, and then I remember he plays Omen. Like he's on Omen right now, and he's just having his way with Paper Rex.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hand it over to Mitchum. Sorry, all my
Mukanya tuh kayak anak baik-baik gitu kan. Kalau yang disuruh beli minyak.
Creative.
Dul.
Mitch and Tom just
Iya,
Udah
Ma.
ngepolos.
Iya, disuruh. Ma, kan tadi udah ya, aku tugas rumah, aku mainnya. Iya, main nak, semangatnya gitu. Jadi makanya jago. Sama orang tuanya direstuin gitu kan.
Didukung ya.
Didukung gitu. Mainnya semangatnya nih, mamah bikinin apa gitu kan. Semangatnya mainnya gitu. Ih, kamu menang ya hari ini, cie, gitu kan. Gitu-gituin. Enggak yang dikiti, kamu tuh main terus, belajarnya kapan? 19 kill? What the fuck? It's half round. 19 kill. Bahkan musuhnya nggak ada kill lebih dari 10 itu, nggak ada yang 2 digit. Anjing, nge-push mid dong. Oke. Oke. A-nya dikosongin aja, padahal musuhnya A semua. Oke. Mereka nyoba ngeflank dari mid 2 orang. Tuh. Walaupun mereka... Wah, anjing, Benkai. Nice one, bro. Oke. Lihat anti flanknya 2 orang, anjing. GG. Nice one. Masa iya nggak dicek nih shortnya? Cek, bro. Wah, so dead Mako. Wah, nice one. Pick bertiga langsung gitu kan. Set bertiga. Wah, masa ketahan nih? Hampir. Oh my god. Oh, nice. Let's go. Gila nih. Udah retake yang bikin bingung aja tetap susah gitu. Oke, nice one, PRX. Iya, ada pohon pisang dari Binjai ya, terlihat. Oh, enggak, Benkai tahu kayaknya dia tipik. Jadi dia tuh mungkin ya kayak ngafalin kira-kira nih si RB nih biasanya dia ngedes terus kemana gitu. Jadi ditebak tuh, makanya trap wire-nya tuh ke bawah. Itu loh, ke hell gitu. Bukan yang di depan-depan. Jadi ngasih dia biarin masuk, dapat killnya di luar. Anjay, so analisa. Sorry deh. Asik doang nih. Kalau ini sampai thrifty, wah. Pulang nih PRX, tapi enggak sih, nggak mungkin. Sekelas PRX itu. Ini bukan tim yang isinya semuanya Ray Killer fully ya. Tenang guys. Ih, kena dong. What? Nice. Oh, nice. Oh, nice one. Oke. Benkai mati. Even though nggak tahu apa. Make it so that you can slow down your opponents, especially in a round like that, survive long enough that the rotations can come through. And now they're going to go into this one as a bonus round. Now, I'll be interested to see what he actually buys up, if it is just going to be maybe a dropped pistol from another teammate, and they'll just try and save back into things. But this is where we basically expect things to change for DRX. They're coming in with the rifle. Stacks also already has a rolling thunder, as if it wasn't bad enough already. He's been farming up those orbs, so yeah, chances are this should be a round for the Koreans.
Certainly with the weaponry you even see it's favoring the attack. But that's where PaperX will come in with some interesting ideas. And right away, a lot of aggression on A. 4 players were stacked up. They tried to take fights early. No one's there. And so they're going to smoke it off and leave Mindfreak to hold this control. Actually, he's got a teammate coming. They might decide to push this.
Yeah, they're building up. Extra control. Got themselves the paranoia. Also rotating in a
Paranoia udah di tangan. Oke. Ada drone yang ngecek ke segala arah. Mampus satu. Wah. Anjing, ngepushnya nggak enak, cok. What the fuck?
Not the cleanest of rounds.
Yeah, his mind freaked out on that one, you could say.
It definitely did.
Nge-whiff. Oh, fucking Jing. Come on, guys. Nice try, Jing. Don't be afraid.
These things happen. You know, and I look at PaperX.
Gemeter tuh, Jing.
Weapons, I like the idea. The setup was disgusting. I mean, the fact that you have the paranoia from Mindfreak, he's tucked in the corner. They take initial contact with Jet, and because Forsaken is there, and he's the only one peeking and destroying the
Opastex. Katanya kalau DRX menang, sama Korea dikasih semuanya free ini, free. Ini ya free apa ya? Tuh.
PP.
Bukan free ini, dikasih free operasi plastik semua.
Loh.
Sama Korea dikasih itu, diiming-imingin. Kalau lu juara nih, ya dari pemerintah kasih lah. Lu mau mirip siapa? Siwon, kasih.
Saking banyaknya ya yang plastik.
Iya. Di sana tuh kayak hadiah biasa, Prim, bukan aib malah. Kayak kok kita gitu di Indonesia, misalnya lulus SMA, kita mah pengen misalnya kendaraan, motor atau apa HP, mereka tuh lebih milih hadiahnya itu. Jadi udah bukan sebuah hal yang aneh, malah hal penting gitu, dibutuhkan lah. Kebutuhan.
Okay, well, when we jump back into things, as you said, you know, Paper Rex are going to be coming through with a decent amount of weaponry, but yeah, there are weaknesses there. It's possible to make that work on the attack, and we've seen it before. On the defense, though, those weaknesses are going to be something that DRX try to lean on hard.
Yeah, well, even just by the small amount we can see within the map, I assume, again, this is going to be a very aggressive position. Like, as said, basically what I want to see is either Forsaken grab the orb, then hand the gun over to someone else, or just go for those headshots. And that's the thing. He is a win condition for this squad. He always has been. Some of the games that we saw them compete in last time, where they actually managed to battle versus some of the better teams within the tournament, like all the way back at Masters, a lot of it came down to like him having an incredible performance, and we know that he can. Right now, he's bottom of the board for his team. And as said, like if that's one of your win conditions, that's your superstar.
Tuh ada bungkus nasi padang tuh, beres makan mereka. Ini bungkus nasi padang guys, tuh. Nih, ini bungkus nasi padang nih.
Itu bukan jir.
Bungkus nasi padang, cok. Itu padang pagi sore itu. Menunya apa ya? Rendang kali.
Itu plastik kah? Kukira yang ini yang biasa dipakai pro player kalau misalkan dia grogi gitu buat tangan biar ngedingin. Mainan.
Gak percaya dia.
Nasi padang dong.
Nasi padang tuh.
Yeah, unfortunately no weapon to be reclaimed, and because of the current setup, they almost have to try and re-aggress and do a little bit more. Like these.
Jangan, don't pick this guy.
If they're gonna have a chance to win the round, they might actually be able to catch them by surprise.
Kepres. Oh nice. Aduh, gila, trade-tradeannya gila, bro. Udah baik, come on, let's go, udah baik. Udah baik, my boy.
But they make it work fantastically well. Yeah, really clean stuff for them. Coming into this round,
this guy is so
you gotta go for some
GG.
aggression in a round like that. You gotta try to take space, because otherwise, if you sit back, once they figure out, oh hey, Seaside's actually only got a sheriff. You know, they're exploding on that. They're taking them down. And so instead, they take the fight right to them, and it works out gorgeously. Devi getting the double here. The re-aggression was not expected out of RB.
Let's go nobar, guys. Dua orang Indonesia people. Let's go, guys.
Full confidence swing in.
Anjay.
Siap. It's what how DRX started their defensive
Coba
side.
jijik banget sih. Kita lihat dulu.
Where these guys were going aggressive, taking these duels. Hell, I don't think I saw a single round where RB wasn't either pushing short or pushing a long. I might have seen a few. But that's where they all went mid and spammed a wall or something like that and tried to push down together.
Alay.
The aggression's been really nice to look at so far over on the defensive side.
Cringe.
Cringe. Ya, suka jijik gak sih kalau ngerekam? Ayo kita nobar, ada dua orang player yang kelahiran Indonesia. 3 deng, darah Indonesia. Ada Forsaken, Main Freak sama Jing. Let's go. Good luck guys.
Lah yang dua dari mana?
Dua Malaysia sama Singapura.
Boleh gabung gitu ya?
Bisa, player mah bebas. Bahkan kalau Cemile tiba-tiba ke Thailand, bisa-bisa aja. Jadi nggak ada batasan apa ya? Apa itu namanya? Nggak ada batasan kewarganegaraan.
Itu kalau menang berarti bawa nama siapa tuh?
Bawa nama timnya, nama Asia sih lebih mungkin ya. Pertama Asia kan, karena mereka perwakilan dari Asia apa Asia? Pokoknya Asia Pasifik lah. Asia Pasifik kan. Oh shit, di push dong. Oh shit, Manfred, let's go. Sisa 1 RB ini, tapi RB itu something spesial nih, dia bisa nge-clutch nih.
That was insane.
And now RB, he's left to try and pick up the pieces. 70 HP, and he's locked in. He's got 2 players just sat up high. They're going to try and play from different headshot angles, so a transition of the
okay, nice one.
right direction, not expecting them to be there. I like the adaptation, though, for PaperX, because you look at just the initial 2 players running up there, insane. Like, that's insane. That's not a good play. But the fact that the flank was so fast, the rest of the players on DRX are like, we got him this time, and then they get killed in the back because they don't know he's coming.
I mean, they called attack pause. The entire point of that was so that they could figure out how to stop them from taking the control that has been fought for on both sides of the spike. You look at that short play, they thought the nano swarm would be the answer, and it got there as fast as it damn well could, but they just went running through. And with the Hunter's Fury to back up the mid flank, it makes sense why they're playing so aggressive. That's DRX.
Bandel ya.
And you just got ruined. PaperX need to be careful of this blade storm for sure. It's coming up, but Mind Freak's gonna slip in through the cloud burst.
What the fuck? Wah, sayang banget cuma dapat 1. Wah, anjing. Wah, sobet. Ini ngeri banget sih. Oh, anjing. Nice one. Oh, Bas agak nge-lag tuh. Tadi nge-lag dia. Nge-lag dia nge-lag. Bete, nge-lag dia bete. Kok nge-lag gitu kan? Nge-lag dia nge-lag. Nih. Ini kan nggak kena. Oke. Nih nge-lag. Nggak ada. What the fuck katanya gitu kan? Kok nge-lag anjing PC kentang ya. Bete dapat PC kentang ya.
5 out of the 6 rounds so far going to PaperX, and it's been the adaptations. It's not like they're just getting lucky or have these little corner plays that aren't being checked. They have got a consistent and constantly changing game plan that's getting them the wins. I'm loving it. And now we're coming up against DRX on a full buy, so it's going to be a little bit different, a bigger challenge for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is going to more come down to how DRX actually adapt. Because right now, PaperX are doing a lot of things that are incredibly surprising. Like, if you're used to playing, like, incredibly well-structured, slow Valorant, you have these defaults, you have your set plays, and then you go to do your set play, and there's someone in a smoke stood there waiting with a rifle when they know you're against pistols. When you have them use this Empress to just run back in and escape out of there, and while he's escaping, the other player runs back through on the timing to catch you off guard. That's what this looks like right now. DRX are trying to adapt,
Teknikal post gear kan?
Set plays, and then they're going, sorry, you're not allowed in.
Minumnya pasti Nescafe atau enggak Good Day rasa ini original.
That was 2 ultimates and pistols, and they almost win it. 38 HP is the only difference from that round going in the other direction. So it means that in comparison to what we saw from the 6 rounds that DRX were able to win.
Sayangnya kalau di YouTube tuh dia nggak bisa ini ya, Prim ya. Prim nggak bisa di, misalnya sebelum di public gitu, di cut dulu, nggak bisa ya.
Di privat dulu.
Ya bisa di private tuh kan. Sebelum di, nah pas mau kita public itu di cut gitu, misalnya bagian kita nontonnya nggak usah di public, nggak bisa ya?
Bisa.
Oh bisa.
Harus diedit dulu sih itu sebelum dia public. YouTube-nya dia ini nih. Edit video.
Oh bisa ya? Oke deh. Nah saya langsung di YouTube-nya kan ngedit.
Langsung di YouTube ngedit.
Hi guys, kan Jing kan? Hi guys, nice one, it's okay, my bad. Gitu. Tipikal Jing kalau lagi live stream gitu. Jason, help me. Jason.
Matanya nggak ada apa gimana sih?
Ya gimana? Tipikal campur orang ibunya tuh orang kayak apa, keturunan Cina yang tinggal di Indonesia, nggak emang campuran Indonesia, jadi ada campuran Indonesianya si Jing itu. 2 lagi emang asli orang Indonesia. Tuh kan tangannya capek tuh sampai sakit. Harga mouse-nya aja tuh setara 3 biji VGA itu.
Gila.
Final mouse tuh 8 juta apa 9 juta. Anjing mouse doang, Prim, bahkan. Mouse doang 9 juta, gila.
Beda?
Nggak tahu. Mungkin kita belum mikir udah nembak.
Waduh.
Bingung kadang mos-mos yang kayak gitu tuh mentoknya apa gitu? Ya nggak sih?
Iya.
Mos mahal itu apakah lebih ke pride? Jadi ya udah belinya tuh luxury item. Jadi termasuknya jadi bukan barang yang sesuai kebutuhan tapi barang mewah jatuhnya. Udah bye. Tuh kan, gila anjing final mouse. Oh semuanya anjing dipakein final mouse, what the fuck? Kayaknya ini deh apa? Apa namanya? Bukan endorse apa? Sponsornya PRX baru. Tuh lihat anjing final mouse semua so. Nih ya.
Monitornya masih Zoe atau beda?
Kok monitor biasanya sama sih, monitor PC itu sama, yang beda cuman keyboard, mousepad sama ini. Keyboard, mousepad sama mouse. Headset pasti sama. Apa itu teh? Final mouse Starlight. Ah, nih. Ini kan udah pakai harga tertinggi. Ini yang biasa aja, yang biasa. Ini 9 juta. Ini biasa nih. Belum yang tadi wireless. Berapa coba? Anjing, 12 juta kali. What? Kalah sama pistol udah bye? Are you sure, brother? Oh shit, guys, come on. Masa iya kena Iko anjing? Mampus. Bunuh guys. Anjing, nice anjing. On guys. Oh shit. Oke, sisa RB guys. Masa iya? Nice one. Come on. 99. Gila, kayak gitu aja masih hampir kalah loh.
It's not that different a result, but you also see the Rolling Thunder go out and, well, it's just Jing's ability to correct, but also his leer, which is not something I ever thought I'd say, that his leer saved his life there, just being able to blind him up in the corner. You're gonna have a message, man. You're gonna have a message after this one. Leer MVP.
Mos mahal tuh. Oh, kemarin mos kayak gitu ku pakai, terus kena air, wah, nangis ya sih.
Sedih.
Tapi kayaknya kalau yang kayak gitu kena air pun kayak keras gitu, kemungkinan tahan lama ya. Gak mungkin segampang mos 100.000 kena air langsung konslet kan? Masa iye?
Entah gitu. Tidak menjamin juga sih, ada juga yang bakal kena air.
Langsung kelar gitu hidupnya. Anjing di push kayak gitu dong. For second, are you sure? Bro. Belakang lu. Allahu Akbar. Di ebol PRX guys. Wah, GG. Di ebol. Di ebol.
That was crisp from DRX, but a lot of it comes down to the setup. Like the fact that I don't know if they destroyed some
Ebol PRX. Come on guys. Good luck. Lihat, aduh, di push kayak gitu. Menurutku yang salah smoke-nya deh, ya nggak sih? Ini smoke siapa ya? Ini smoke siapa ini? Oh, smoke musuh, cok. Oh iya, yang smoke musuh. Dia agak ke dalam tuh kan smoke-nya. Jadi buat masuk tuh gampang. Nah, salahnya si Jason dia nggak aware nih. Harusnya dia aware. Bayang nggak sih? Ini orang ngapain smoke-nya ke dalam ya? Pasti buat masuk. Come on guys. Oh. Di drone nggak tuh? Cuman buat 4 second loh. Udah tuh, Jet kalau udah nggak punya apa-apa, cuman mbak-mbak tukang mie ayam tuh.
Saya ada smoke 1.
Cuma dia smoke tuh nggak sebegitu butuh dibanding yang lain. Kalau tanpa dash kelar deh. Wah, wah, TP guys mereka. Nice one, 3 lawan 1, masa iya gitu kan? Mako gitu, ini omeng cuman seekor omeng, masa lu nggak sanggup sih guys? Come on guys. Oke, chill guys. Oke, mereka ini POV mereka nih, pelan-pelan. Ini orang ngeri nih, kita pick kelar nih kita nih ya, bareng ya, picknya minimal bertiga. Oke. Wih anjing. Smoke si Makonya hebat loh, by the way. Wah, nice one Benkai. Kalau tadi Benkai dia nggak menang lawan Mako, kelar nih game.
30.
Bisa jadi si 4 second-nya juga mati sama si Mako. Every single round.
Coming into round number 21, you just take a quick check-in on where the ultis are at, and the big play for DRX has been a big conversational topic, the explosive ultimates that they have to play with. This time they'll be coming in with nothing, but even when you see Paper X, with 2 online,
Well, there was another stat. I can't remember the exact stat, but it was something like DRX, depending on the ultimates that they were using, were winning something like 80% of rounds. Now, obviously, they've dominated the first couple of maps, or matches that they played, so it's a little bit skewed.
It got him! That shock dart got him!
Kenapa? Oh maju dia. Nice try G. Oh RB mati. Oleh siapa ya? Oh ini kena OP ya, mampus. OP persakan nih udah mulai wangi nih. Let's go. Babang gua again. Nggak di-pick, untungnya nggak di-pick. Oh shit. Nice one. Benkai, let's go Benkai, one more. Oh shit. Oh shit, mind freak alone.
And it always seems to be mind freak. A 1 versus 2 scenario. Not a whole lot of utility to try and deal with in the turret. Will give a little bit of extra space, but he's going to use the smoke.
Kambil.
They just picked it up and walked away. He's seen it disappear, but they don't have to go for anything in this side of the map. They're just waiting to try and reset this brawl onto either B or C.
And he hears both sets of steps fading away from him, knowing now that these guys are leaving.
Gila, disiplin banget ngeceknya.
Not really going to be too cautious on the way through B, but he has to be careful of spawn. You've seen Buzz tuck in there. Freak will clear it, but that's such a tough off angle.
Takut.
Through garage. But with DRX going back and holding this control together, they have such a strong position. A lot
Man
of
City adalah mereka.
Seems like they're just going to try and play this one together halfway through. Mind Freak managed to get it most of the way. Could just
spec dong belakang lu kan. Nah. Oh, let's go Mind Freak. Oh my god. Let's go. Nice one. Nice one. Coco Aaron. Nice one Coco Aaron. What a clutch. Salahnya tadi tuh nah ini dia lari si sofanya jadi ketahuan. Kalau kayak gitu paling enak sih sebenarnya dia udah main berdua dari City. Jangan misah. Nggak tahu ya siapa yang nge-call pengennya misah. Kalau bareng tuh setidaknya ya kalaupun mati musuhnya wajib nge-spray transfer kan. Kalau bisa pendapat lebih gede gitu. Takabur gaming, takabur. Tak kabur. Tak kabur. Tak kabur. Oh. Oh shit. Tak kabur gaming mulai. Yo, 2 lawan 1. Hampir tak kabur ya. Nice one, Jing udah mulai panas guys. Kena. Susah sih ini. Nah ini pinter nih, dia ngepick. Nggak bareng deh ngepick. Oh nice one tuh. Benkai is a MVP this match, I think. Jing. Rena Cemile banget ya. Murid gua itu. Mouse doang yang beda, dia mouse-nya bagus. Mouse-nya 15 juta apa berapa itu? 12 kali. Gila anjing, mouse doang prim seharga PGA.
Jadi kepengen ikut VCT mencoba.
Widih, gila. Ngeri banget pribadi. Siap prim. Ditunggu
Coba
deh.
itunya doang,
Debut.
maksudnya aduh.
Itu dia kayaknya tim dia doang yang pakai itu. Harusnya ngomongnya gitu, ikutan tim PRX kali ya. Jadi streamer PRX aja. Lu tahu kan yang info Nimo bubar?
Ya, tahu.
Kasian ya. Yang aku khawatirin satu sih. Mereka serangannya kemana nih? Ke YouTube, ke Facebook, atau ke Twitch, atau ke Buya?
TikTok ya, aduh.
Enggak sih.
Bentar lagi TikTok katanya mau bisa live streaming.
What? Iya kah? Oh Jing, come on, let's go! Let's go Jing! Oh my god! Win first game! First match! Nah, Jing tuh nggak yang heboh tapi oh, nice one guys, good game. Nice one guys. Oke, nice one guys. BT Mako anjing, gue udah nge-carry tim gue sampah babi. toxic. BT dia. Soal UC 1000 anjing. Chill itu kan, bocil chill gitu kan, nggak punya beban gitu. Belajar pinter gitu kan. Main game dibolehin, makanan ada, a happy life lah pokoknya. Santai. Nggak mikirin besok, aduh besok gimana ya?
Besok sekolah, aduh izin aja deh.
Izin deh, gue mah pinter, ranking 1, izin cuek gitu kan. Jing Mako dia tuh. Tappingnya. Beng. Oke, kita berapa sih delay mereka game 1 game 2? Ntar kita cek ya. Kita ambil Jing, come on. Oh, ternyata senjatanya ini RGX kuning. Oke, gua coba RGX kuning ya, guys.
Ngaruh kah?
Ngaruh lah itu. Ada buff. Jadi dia udah nebak nih, kira-kira hari ini senjata apa nih yang punya damage plus 50 gitu. Lebih sakit. Tahu deh, anjing terbang. Wah, Jing, dapat dong. What? Oh iya, dia udah step up banget nih Jing nih. Nah, oh. Itu seneng banget sih. Feeling gitu kayak nying, kita tuh ngalahin monster nomor 1-nya Divisi gitu. Walaupun baru 1 map ya, tapi kok mereka menang nih. Wah, udah itu naikin moralnya gede banget ya. Kayak gitu. Berapa lama ya? Ke game 1.
Di deskripsi biasanya ada ini jadwal.
Nggak ada. Maksudnya jedanya itu loh, jeda game 1 game 2. Gak mungkin langsung kan? Nah, biasanya udah kita biarkan dulu, kita deathmatch gemes dulu. Oh, nggak on ya?
Enggak.
Kita pakai ininya Jing. Jing pesonya apa ya tadi? Aduh, belum dibuka dong. Masa harus beli sih? Ya udah beli yang kuning. Apa-apa. Habis dah radianet poin gua. 700. 1700 nih.
Match found.
Match found. Stay with me.
Map 1 siapa yang menang? PRX milih. Telat tapi.
Apa?
Itu polling yang mana bikin.
Oh. Udah iya. Yeay, cuman satu kan 4 orang yang ini. Kita rame yang datang, thank you. Duh. Kita pakai sih. Jing pisaunya apa tadi guys? Kita siapa tahu gue punya. Jing. Pisaunya apa dia? Jing ya. Nggak kelihatan dong. Nggak ada Mana ya momen-momennya? Yaudah lah, bodo amat lah. Pisau dapur. Oh, nggak ini ya, dia pakai pisau dapur ya? Pisau polos ya? Nah, ini kita cek nih. Cemile apakah sejago Jing? Apakah atau anjing yang ada? Jing. Bukan. Cemile. Pingnya jelek banget.
You must keep going, even if you're the only one.
Fight.
I'll cut through.
Anjing, bukan, itu Cemile. Kok agak berat Valorant ya? Agak drop FPS. Anjing. Jing. Cemile tuh. Kau mati Cemile, kau nge-kill Jing. Ya pakai yang ring bulat teh. Oh ini pakai origin. Jing.
Bad luck.
Goblok. Easy. Aduh mati. What the fuck, so good. Anjing. Stay with me. Wah, ini kayaknya cuma nonton doang nih sampai sahur. Nggak main.
Brimstone's dead.
Deathmatch berbeda dengan kompen anti makanya. Bodoh gua. Gading loh.
Dead.
Si Jing tuh pakai ini nih. Nah. Ih, goblok nggak kena.
Idiot.
Ya Allah, ya Allah, astagfirullahaladzim. Astagfirullahaladzim. Ngelek tadi guys.
Waduh. Alasan klasik.
Back off.
Ngelek sumpah.
Sakura. 3,
Tuh kan.
4.
Ya gua.
Kenapa gila?
On tap.
Iya, hilang.
Ngelek anjing, bete banget. Kok kau nyumput dia?
Lights
Ah.
out.
Oh
10
shit,
kills remaining.
sakit banget.
Idiot.
Gue nggak bisa kalau digituin. Kalau di push itu gua kayak grogi gitu nembaknya.
You're done.
Dominating.
Ah. Ya Allah, ditungguin kayak gitu.
5 kills remaining.
Ih, bete dah nggak tuh? Orang yang kanan yang keluar. Ada tendakus langsung apa? Ada teh indakus tadi langsung promoin temen yang tahu dia. Gimana? Oh, thank you bro. Thank you bro Chandra. By the way, endingnya Ikai GJ banget, sumpah demi Allah. Endingnya Ikai kayak gantung gitu, arah endingnya.
1 kill remaining.
Ikai game. Udah mulai belum? Kabarin ya kalau udah mulai guys.
Fine for now.
Chan, liatin Chan. Coba tahu udah mulai game. Aduh ya Allah, ada sovereign sword lagi. Enggak boleh banyak jajan, harus hemat. Acan main, oke aman, thank you bro. Berapa menit sana ininya?
Match found.
Ngapain Krim? Coli ya?
Deathmatch. Warm up.
Farming.
Genshin.
Iya.
Oh live sahur ya?
Iya.
Oh
Biasalah farming dulu sebelum live.
Is everyone's text still
Baik,
working?
Kang.
Double check it, please.
Kenapa nggak main kan?
nggak tahu, nggak suka gue kalau yang apa ya, terlalu gamenya tuh individualis gitu. Gue nggak sih? Karena nggak bisa trade nggak bisa kan? Transaksi nggak bisa kan di in game?
Enggak.
Misalnya lu punya item apa nggak bisa dikasih kan? 1.
Oh, kalau itu bisa sih masuk
Bisa.
ke game orang. Cuma kalau yang trade kayak barter gitu nggak.
Iya, makanya barter nggak bisa, jualan nggak bisa. Ya makanya itu gamenya masuknya game apa? MMO bukan? Kan jatuhnya kayak bukan MMORPG tuh. Kayak game story aja. Kayak hack and slash jatuhnya. Kalau Lost Ark aja kemarin ada di Indo ya, main mungkin aku.
No more sofa.
Lost Ark dia bisa ada di ASEA aja. Atau apa pas di apa Black Desert? Black Desert bukan sih? Black Desert ya?
Black Desert ada kan itu.
Nah, itu sebelum sepi pas aku ada PC nih. Terus masih rame mungkin main. Kan udah sepi ini. Udah bisa nggak pakai VPN kan? Ah, tapi nge-lag kan? Iya nggak sih? Lost Ark nge-lag nggak, Chan? Chandra kayak main. Wah, anjing. Kemarin tuh aku nyobain pakai VPN pun dia nge-lag ini. Bete. Ping 150. Main nge-lag.
One down.
Kalau nggak salah 10 menit ada. Oh, oke. Oh, udah lihat update dong di FB. Oh, lu masuk grupnya ya?
Got one. Variable removed.
Rame kenema, wow Kang. Oh. Sakit banget.
That's done.
Goblok lah. Kenapa gua spawnnya di sini mulu lagi?
No more sofa.
Ya udah harus butuh buff pacar ini mah. Atau buff istri.
10 kills remaining.
Ketik Rex pasti butuh istri.
Aduh, kalau kayak gitu mah semua orang istrinya 5, bro. Pengen gitu HS. Pengen gitu headshot masa harus beli mouse 2 juta dulu. Nih, Chan, beli Chan. Gue pengen ganti. Pengen pakai mouse yang agak berbentuk aja. Ini bentuknya datar gitu loh, jadi agak berat. Terlalu ringan tuh capek di tangan. Tangan gua kan gede ya. Jadi nge-grabnya tuh gede itu. Tuh Chan, lihat. Lu pengen HS kayak gini nih. Salah satu caranya dengan mouse Logitech G Pro Wireless Superlight. Gila, lihat headshotnya. Tuh, headshot. Gampang banget kayaknya headshot pakai mouse ini. Lu beli dah.
5 kills remaining.
Terminated.
Pengennya apa ya? Kayaknya pengen X-Lite atau apa ya? X-Lite gitu yang lagi booming tuh. Enggak, orang semenjak pakai mouse ini ya. Nyampe Imo dulu orang stuck di Diamond 3 kan. Senyak ganti mouse jadi GG. Ngaruh banget mouse-nya. Believe it or not.
Finished. Enemy down.
Lihat headshot. Lihat headshot gampang banget.
One kill remaining.
Tuh.
Got 3.
Tuh.
Now 4.
Tuh. Gila.
Oh. I'm proud of that.
Proud of that. Prim ternyata bisa tahu. Jadi si ini ya stream kita dinaikin nggak jadi 60 fps doang bisa ternyata ya.
140 gitu misal.
Tapi nih ya gue cobain ya. Gue stop streaming gue dah. Sempet tadi tuh nyobain kan. Oh ya, lu lihat ya. Itu 20. Ih merah ngentot. Oh biasa. Sabar.
Siapa yang minta join lah?
Coba lu lihat deh. Tapi emang jadi berat. Ke misalnya FPS kita biasanya berapa? Ketika dia jadi 120, ke kita jadi agak berat ini. Coba di YouTube-nya naik
Di
kayak.
YouTube tetap 1080 60
Match
fps.
found.
Nunggu giveaway kali ya, gak tau dah. Jarang ada sih yang giveaway kayak gini. Kemarin yang giveaway GTID juga aneh, cok. Yang mouse Logitech yang pink. Kayak beberapa komen tuh dia hapusin aja.
Warm up.
Kayak emang di ya Suzonnya tuh kayak mereka tuh nunggu tim-timnya mereka dulu yang komen tuh. Lumayan turun FPS-nya gede nih setelah pakai jadi 120 FPS. Di gamenya tetap ya. Lah.
Human brains are hard to replace.
Biasanya settingan kalau gitu. Mungkin.
Nggak tahu deh. Ini merah lagi nggak tuh kan? Enggak. Jadi kayak kadang kalau dia nge-crash gitu. Nah, itu jadi turun FPS-nya. Bukan FPS apa ya? Merah bitrate-nya. Belum mulai ya? Tuh. Mana. Udah cok, udah mulai. Oke, kita nonton lagi guys. Itu. Ih, malah exit.
I love the use of the molly coming through.
Wah, 4 second pakai ini Yoru.
So these players, they have to allow it to go halfway. The only option they had was to spam through, and as soon as they tried that, there was return fire, I think, from Bankai taking the player down. With 3-1 now on the board.
Gila, main cepet nih kayaknya nih. Mereka nggak main sentinel aja.
Might have cost them, and that judge in particular finding value from that. Honestly, he could have gotten a lot more if the timing was, I don't want to say better because there's no way he can know, but luckier, let's say.
I like it.
Waduh, gila tauntingnya. Kan.
He has been doing incredible work with that small piece of utility already. See the initial aggression. Look how fast this rotation is. They're already looking to try and get 4 players within this B side. Make it 5, in fact.
Those strikes used to slow them down, and RB's taken down in the meantime. Seeker's out for Devai, but he's got cover. Bankai coming in to save the day, and Devai's gonna dash that smoke. He goes down, but he knows exactly where Stacks is. That information.
4 lawan 1 masa iya.
Stacks can fall back and has some Seekers of his own, but in a 1v4. Even getting the plant down here would be ambitious and quite difficult. I like the Paper X. We're sticking together for a while as 4, but splitting into 2-2 makes a lot of sense here just to cover more ground.
I don't think it's a stat that anybody can pull, but I would love to know how much of the game Paper X spend running over walking.
Crosshair placementnya tuh enak banget gitu kan, lihat pro player tuh. Nggak yang berlebihan tapi pas. Mati nih. Bisa nih ke clutch nih. Bisa nih di clutch nih. Di clutch nih dia. Ulti nih dia, buang ulti. Tahu. Oke, satu side anjing. Wah. Wah, masa iya? Masa iya? Masa iya? Masa iya? Masa iya? Anjing di clutch. What the fuck?
I mean, back and forth the entire map so far. We have had rounds that should be won. The eco from DRX, the mix buy for PaperX, but I think that one's taken the cake for now. Unbelievable work. A 1v4 ace clutch. And he isolates every duel. You can definitely look at that as some mistakes from PaperX, but I understand Benkai wants to get out there to help his low HP teammate who was one bullet away from going down. The operator swap out for Forsaken and a damn good attempt on the jump, but such a crisp shot by Stacks. That is 3-2, and now PaperX are left down to the eco.
Masa iya? Mana mungkin? Langsung eco nggak tuh, PERHATIAN?
Sure, the Seekers at the end was the icing on the cake just to give him the information, but it was the isolation of every single one of those duels from Stacks. So clever in those sort of spots, and well, as you said, leaving PaperX in a bit of an awkward position, because up until that, their read on the round has been phenomenal. They've been doing an excellent job on this defensive side, but that one blip on the radar could be enough to turn things. Again, we're just seeing these combinations of stuns and flashes and Mind Freak. It's gonna go pushing, but they know that someone's made that move.
Gonna burn up
Run.
Oh god,
Run!
It's caught him as well. Yeah, won't have any impact off the back though. Obviously, no one pushing up from DRX. They're waiting to go into the A site. They've been spotted up by Divide, tagged through the wall. Not having an easy time getting out of there. He has managed to reposition with Forsaken. They're not going to get on top of the wall. As they try to break it, Divide goes down. Showstopper attempt, it's going to find nothing. That was an ambitious...
Nggak kena siapa-siapa dong. Oh, sekarat tuh. Wah! Wallbang.
And he's going to wipe them out. Leaving just Mind Freak. The late lurk once again trying to come back.
Kan berawal dari 1v5.
The ult's not really having the impact they would have desired, and they're going to equal up that scoreline.
Well, no surprise why we were talking about the potential forces in round 2 from DRX. We said confidence is the way to play, and so far it has been working out for them. Face into that buy, sure, we expect them to win that round and equalize things up. The way that they've been getting this done, the clutch from Stacks, I mean, momentum has got to be off the charts over on that attacking side, but this is where they face a pretty tough round. I mean, Forsaken, I don't even want to theorize what he's going to do with that ultimate. Things can get wild, let's just say. And then on the other side, you've also got a Rolling Thunder to try and recover some of these scenarios. PaperX have a bunch to work with. Although the one upside is that Showstopper was burned up in the last round for nothing. And here's the Showstopper on the other side, getting away with a kill inside of
just watching what Forsaken is going to try and attempt here. Pop flashing out, dissipates back to the A side, but the rest of his team are going to be left somewhere.
Wah, dikurung. Wah, dikurung.
He even jumped back down off the wall, and now it's somewhat stuck. It's a bit of a weird position to be in. Benkai in the corner as well. The flash is solid. One isolation, but can't get himself the second. And now, well, the man who gate crashed away.
Stuck, udah punya ulti lagi.
He's already got his Seekers back.
Hari-hari saving. Iko ya, dari Iko nggak sih?
2 rounds ago.
Then he got 4 kills.
Oh enggak, full buy.
Forsaken still with flash and his ult to play with.
Ya, dia mau gimana nih? Coba kita lihat ya. Harapan terakhir cahaya Asia. Kita lihat nih. Oke. Oke, ngepick kiri kanan. Oke. Disiplin banget lihat musuhnya tuh lihat nahan. Nggak bandel gitu kan, ngepick iseng. Ngasih tahu ke musuh, "Halo, aku di sini loh."
something to happen. There's no point in both you peeking and giving the information away. A fourth round found pretty cleanly, and that was the buy round for PaperX, leaving it down to another eco. DRX, despite a pretty terrible start to this, they've certainly recovered the fumble.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more shaky. I think if you end up locking you and your teammate behind a wall in the cubby, and the fact that I think if the player didn't fall off of the wall, it probably gets 2 kills there. It's not quite as pretty as maybe some of the rounds we're used to from DRX, but they're going to take it. 4 rounds already on that attack, and again, back to pistols. The dimensional drift not really being used at all. I'd be interested to see what Forsaken's actually going to do with it. If it's going to be like a couple of fake plays to try and bait people out, use it for information, or if they're saving it for a situational position within a buy round that he feels it can bring value. Who knows? Because again, we don't really see this in competitive play.
Yeah, fake TP'd over towards A side, but I don't think anyone was close enough to really hear that. Hoping that they're going to get DRX running up through B long, but now some players have been spotted. And look at the immediate reaction. Stacks goes up, makes a bit of noise, pops his flash, and then he's on his way back around. His teammates creeping in towards the A site. With no gate crash over there anymore, this is going to leave him in a pretty tough spot. PaperX stacked up on exactly the wrong side, and they're realizing that now with the smoke's going down, with the space being seized, and soon enough with the plant coming through.
It's going to be an attempt again to try and play through this. Forsaken making noise at least, but they're going to have themselves the Viper's Pit to play within. Covering off the spike, Benkai's pushed himself in. Trying to get a little bit more aggressive, but Mako's ready for it. And with the players being so low, every time he takes a battle, it becomes easier and easier. Also,
what? Forsaken.
It looked like Buzz had that covered. Forsaken will drop 1, Mitch, but, well, I think that might be all.
Yeah, there's an immediate response from DRX. They thin out this defense on the way back through. Another clutch lead. They're on their way. 2 kills already found. Rifles retrieved. Here comes an orbital strike and a dive in. Mindfreak's taken Forsaken out. But Mako going down doesn't really help them with so little time. Mindfreak tries his
Oh,
best.
nice try guys.
We end up with DRX coming out ahead.
Lumayan lah itu eco round dapat 4 orang gitu. Jadi musuhnya setidaknya dia ekonominya mulai getar tuh. Walaupun tetap masih ada uang ya.
Mako's gonna run into him. Like almost 100%.
Oh, you've slow-moed it?
He's gonna run in. Yeah, so he tried to play on the edge and just clips it off. The shot that he connects onto Marco was fantastic, but there was only one way he could go.
Yeah.
It's a nice attempt, especially again with what weaponry they had. They used those ultimates to make things incredibly costly, but DRX still come out with a round.
They've done well to find that, but you have to remember, PaperX had nothing. They had barely anything to play with.
Yo, lu di ini TikTok, main TikTok gak atau Reels? Sering lihat gak?
Jarang lihat, jarang buka.
Oh,
tapi ada. Kenapa toh?
Suka ini gak sih kebaca kontennya Baimwong?
Enggak sih.
Yang tiba-tiba jadi ada orang yang datang ke dia minta bantuan, minta uang. Kayak aneh gak sih? Kayak kok bisa ya orang-orang? Iya, maksudnya kayak orang-orang kok tahu rumahnya dia, terus kok jadi sering banget tiap hari ada gitu. Terus tipikal yang batu gitu loh, gak dikasih, tetap kayak aneh jatuhnya jadinya. Iya bener settingan kali ya.
Iya lah, masa sering banget banyak
iya,
orang
serius gitu banget sih nih orang. Gak konten gak makan. Dari gak konten gak. Ah, 1 lawan 3 cok. Masa iya?
They end up going in that direction anyway when they realize the site is clear.
Yeah, and with Buzz having lurked over on B for so long, he's already got this position cleared out fully. He's ready for Benkai to make his way through, but now he senses, all right, at this stage.
Penyesalan terbesarku waktu muda nggak rajin main FPS cok. PB cuman dulu fokusnya sama GB-nya dulu. Ingat sih yang bisa GB pakai mouse spider? Kan bisa ikut GB orang kan itu sampai apa ya, kalau saya bintang 3 gitu, bintang 3 caranya malah dihack babi.
Udah percuma sih itu.
Iya, kayak
GB susah lagi kalau GB.
GB itu kan
misinya.
Ini bukan GB misi yang bunuh diri itu loh.
Oh, yang
pernah tahu nggak? XP. Sampai didiemin tuh berhari-hari gitu kan. Kalau hoki dapet room yang bagus, naiknya gede gitu. Di hack anjing. Hacknya bego lagi, kayak scam gitu loh. Jadi saya ada yang mau beli ID, dealnya 2 juta, taunya tempatnya tempat penipu, babi. Di hacknya pinter sama Facebook gua diilangin. Semuanya barang buktinya hilang semua.
YAYSTER lah. Tapi bagus juga pensiun, PB sekarang makin banyak cheater.
Langsung berhenti gitu kan, langsung pindah game ke Dota langsung tuh. Habis itu main Dota terus, CSGO kayak nggak serius mainnya. Nah itu tuh nyesel tuh, kenapa dulu coba nggak serius main CSGO ya. Mungkin kayaknya sekarang pro player para orang, gila. Cemile tuh pro player pangeran. Mumpung nih masih muda nih kan, yang masih muda yang di bawah 20. Cobalah seriusin. 2 tahun atau 3 tahun konsisten belajar. Kalau udah berumur susah.
Well, he's been doing quite well at least when he's had that operator in play. Hasn't played it particularly a huge amount because of how aggressive he's going to be. Like he wants to be challenging through those TPs, he wants to be pushing forward, but there's definitely been moments where he's been caught out.
Gatel ngepick mati nih. Dar. Gak kabur. RB so fucking good. Ih, ngawalnya bagus banget coba.
They know where DRX are stuck in towards lamps. Down in the bottom of middle, this could be huge as they look to isolate these close range dual pistols in hand. A stinger for Jing opens it up. The buzz goes huge.
Terjadi pembantaian besar-besaran di arah U-Hole.
Yeah, their off the plants just look so controlled. Like even though they gave up certain portions of the map because players were lost, they then react, reclaim others. And I don't think we've seen a success, since the pistol at least, seen a successful retake of lamps. Like, whoever's been there, even if they're stunned up, has just been so confident in holding on to that position, whether it's been Buzz or RB in previous rounds. And retaking without that control is always so incredibly difficult. And I just don't think there's been anywhere near as much there to be able to force them out of that spot. 7-3 after some early round shenanigans. DRX have gone into a dominant spot, just like they did on the previous map.
At this point, Tom, for PERHATIAN, it's do or die time in this half. All the economy invested into this round. Gonna have a showstopper and Rolling Thunder coming up with just 1 kill. DRX are taking this understandably slowly, understanding the weight that is in this round, how important it can be. They're playing the default, holding for the aggression. PERHATIAN up to the similar Yoru tricks that we've talked about.
Yeah. It's like seeing the fake out on the map is the most like mind-blowing. Like you look just like this. Oh, he's no, he's not there. He's over here. And it's just like trying to focus on it. I feel like they need to almost make him a different color when it's the fake out to be less confusing. Forsaken, however, has managed to get one and then escape. Jing also just trying.
Anjing naik ke atas nggak tuh?
Oh
shit. Oh shit.
He whips his shots.
Gila.
That's a huge whiff. RB left alive. They're closing in on the site. The heals coming in for RB. And he's spraying back through. The Rolling Thunder committed. Maybe a little bit late though. They just lost a player. There's no flashes to play with. Bangkok is going to try to close the distance himself, but he's got 1v3 now after the first kill.
Bingung mana ya? Mati dulu nih.
The crossfire with long. RB should be swinging, not able to get the kill, but oh, actually he'll be forced out. This is really good for Kai. Kill with the aftershock 1v2.
Long,
Time on his side.
Bro.
Information though.
Holy shit.
There to play with and the
So dead. Oh my god, this is map 3 by the way. Bakal ke map 3 kayak.
Coming into the final round.
Well, yeah, they're running out of rounds as well. Like it's been incredible. incredibly strong. And that's the thing, I feel like there's been opportunities where we could have seen Paper X like catch someone off guard and they just haven't been able to do so. Like the movement that came out from Jing there was fantastic. Like able to get up above, take an aggressive angle, doesn't connect, and then you just see instantly DRX just lock him out with utility. They don't allow him to have a repeat, they don't allow him to have another chance, and anybody else who's battling elsewhere on the map, well, they've already lost by that point.
So not only did Paper X have a poor economy, oh, but never mind, screw that point, Forsaken's gone, he's running it down, flashes in,
Wah, nge-throw gaming.
You had a res for DRX, but Zest is gone. You have the showstopper as well, and sure, Jing has his own, but after that initial fight and losing all of the players, this is a next to impossible round. Oh, that's stunned, great. That showstopper gets nothing, and with 30 HP and a Spectre in the hands of both remaining players, this round is, well,
GG guys.
should be DRX's, and they're even going to confirm it, rotating to A, leaving Jing to try and run, and look who's right behind him. Behind the Cosmic Divide, RB's going to secure this bit of map control. And that's great information, because now they know exactly where he's going, and he has no idea.
There's only one way he can go. So you can see instantly, Stax is already watching this. The communication from DRX is second to none. Everybody's on the same page of where this is currently going to be coming from. You can see the hold over on the other side, the plant being in an aggressive position, and it's almost like Stax has eyes around the map or something. Maybe he's playing a Cypher and we just didn't know it, because his timing, his precision on this map has been superb. DRX 9-3 in the lead, Mitch. That was dominant.
Well, maybe the first time someone had a Cypher cam when they shouldn't. 9-3 at the half. Pretty damn strong position for DRX. We had some concerns coming onto this map, and, well, I think they have been well and truly put to rest. But you know what? We weren't the only ones with concerns, Tom. The analyst desk had some things to say. Let's see what they made of that half.
Thank you so much, Mitch and Tom. 9-3, y'all. Okay, I mean, DRX clapping back on Paper Rex's map pick there.
Yeah.
Jess, that hurt a little to watch.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say it was necessarily a bad half from Paper Rex. I just thought that at every turn, DRX was making good positional movements around the map. Speaking of locking down this man on your screen, let's bring him up for you. This man was locked out time and time and time again, and no matter how he tried to use his Yoru utility, Doug, you and I were sitting here going, underwhelmed. What a shame he can't unlock the full potential of this particular agent, because if he could, the way he runs right on this map usually, then, I mean, I just think it's DRX locking him out.
Yeah, it's tricky because I have so much hope, right? Like, I want Yoru to work.
Pengen gitu dapat kan Secret Lab PCT.
Apanya? Kursinya? Yang lain nggak?
Apa itu?
Ini disponsori sekalian gitu maksudnya.
Di satu-satu dulu, jangan maruk gitu kan.
Gitu.
Pelan-pelan aja, santai.
Here's where there's the famine part of this. You see he sets up his gate crash outside of showers. He's able to fight through teleporter to help contest sand. But as soon as he takes that gate crash back, the control is lost. Now he's on the opposite side of the map. There's no quick way for him to get back to the team and help take this fight. So there really is there is control that can be gathered. There's very good ways to instantly grab information, like we saw in the first clip, but in the second clip, when you take that gate crash, there's no turning back, right? Like, you've committed to that spot, and if you commit the wrong way...
Ya, kalau nggak MSI lah. 30-80. Cukup.
All of that said, I'm hoping that him going to attack will be different, right? Like, they'll get
Asus lah, kalau bisa.
Ya, nggak apa-apa aja lah. MSI sih sebenarnya kenapa MSI, karena dia top 1 di Indo itu, jadi supplier yang paling banyak barang. MSI lah atau apa aja lah, terserah, yang penting RTX gitu. Cek harga tag 3080 terbaru.
Well, we're right back into the action here. Round number 13 about to kick off, and Tom, Paper X have got a pretty tough task at hand. This is going to have to be a solid attack side, and I think somewhere we're hoping to see a lot of value out of that Yoru coming into things here.
I love the clips we were getting from Doug, though, because those are things that you sort of spot out. Like, you see the ladder parts, but he's taken the POVs out of the round, and he's given us the only Yoru analysis we've ever seen in pro play. So there you go. Thank you, Doug, for that one. But yeah, it's a really rough spot for him to be in, especially now going into
Naiknya 950.000 bangsa.
That's almost I thought this composition would work for them more so on that defense because you have so much stuff to sort of slow down this fast-paced aggressive play, which PaperX love to do.
Well, it looks like DRX have really rolled the dice on this. 4 players on the A site, but well, PaperX have gone the other side.
I don't think that flash caught anyone.
So that's information void.
Yeah, it's false info.
And here we go. And here we go. Some noise coming up long. DRX will have a pretty good idea what's going on now, but there's not anything that they can do about it. You know, unless Stax is going to run out and just die to like 4 players rushing him, he's just going to wait, hold elbow control, and let his teammates rotate in.
Wah, timing.
Are not going to give them any
Timing.
space at all. 3 players pushing in to take that control, and a flash ready for Devi. He's back out with the pistol.
Wah, what the fuck, Soded?
Jing in pistol rounds. It's a terrifying force. He's looking to just sprint all the way in from behind. Forsaken being walled off.
Wah,
They're gonna
wah.
try and get on the defuse.
Masa iya ke defuse? Masa iya defuse, Cok? Masa iya ke defuse? Goblok. What the fuck? Ke defuse? Wah, gara-gara wallnya anjing. 100 IQ wall.
And just weren't ready for it. That would have been 2 kills probably if he was a step further forward looking to left, but instead he goes up in the air, gets confused about how to even aim while you're flying up. And this here, toe tapping away, Benkai takes him down as the defuse comes through. I don't know if there's a way to analyze that one frame by frame in the production try to tell us how close it was, but
why did you give it that task?
I'm gonna give him a difficult task. I want to know how close was that to stopping the defuse. And production are now
Gila kombonya.
Joe's just sat there like, screw you. I have enough to do.
Well, 10-3. This is looking like DRX setting themselves up for victory. But PERHATIAN a 4 spot. Forsaken's in the sight. And he's already grabbed himself a kill. Looks like he wants a little bit more as well, and he needs it too. Still a player sat here on the back site. RB's gone undetected thus far. They still haven't cleared him.
Joel, I think they have the plan to.
Ah!
Okay,
Tahuan dong.
Free kill. They still haven't managed to get the spike. They're trying to bait people into
Jing, oh shit.
But again, the trade
Oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit. Stuck sendiri. Masa iya, bro? Masa iya? Malam, malam bal. Malam bal.
Taking a leaf out of DRX's book with the second round forced by huge success in this one. Only the 2 players surviving, so there is still a decent bit of investment.
Gila, lihat ini kalahnya berapa orang nih? Gak berhenti nih.
Defensive side, they could make it work with a light buy, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8, 4 93.
3 frames.
Oh my. Okay. Well, that's a bit unreasonable. That's ridiculous.
Nah, ini Iko nih musuhnya.
Either way, they might have lost the first round because of a couple of frames, but they've won the second, and now all that's left to do is convert up against classics. It has been a full eco for DRX.
Yeah.
Out Yoru just running forward. They realized.
Biar inilah buat nikah. Tutup yuk yang bener. Aduh, thank you banget. Shit. Oh.
I'm trying to keep up with it. Like, okay, he's got from there. He's over there now. That's not him. That's the fake one. No, the other one's over on this side. And okay, and he's dead. And that's like half the round. And I can't imagine what it's like for DRX because I can see his point of view, him on the map, where he puts his fake outs on the map, and they can't see any of that until it's in their face. So I feel like it's almost again just like this disruption play coming out from PaperX of just like this guy is creating confusion for you. And again, I remember speaking to Nikhil and he was like, this agent is made for him.
It's like the problem with Yoru that we've seen when it was tried in EMEA towards the start is that you can see the idea behind a lot of the plays, but it's so hard to pull it off successfully. Oh no, the wall's gone up.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you said.
This is one of the things I said about them bringing in a Sage. It wasn't in the comp previously, and it's just like, if he's going to try and cause disruption with his ultimate, well, that doesn't work if you just wall it off. He can't run through walls. That's not in the ability tool set yet, you know? Maybe if he he stops being played, they'll add that in. He's
being
ruining
played,
it,
what, by the one team playing him?
It was 0% before today, so now they've gone, one guy did it, sorry, we can't give you the through ball attack.
No buff, yeah. Maybe if we're following that logic, I guess Rain is about to have a nerf as well then, after the last
wait for the Phoenix buff.
Okay. Relax. Not looking to make it an NA meta. Flash out towards long here confirms that there's been no push from DRX. Super passive play. And after they hear that flash on long, look at them go. They're running. Oh, but that being destroyed is not ideal, because now it's actually sort of made DRX think maybe they're still around here for seconds in the back of the site.
I guess that maybe with the Seekers, he just had
What the fuck? Forsaken maksain banget. Harus dapat nih. Nice banget.
Tapi kan bener air api.
Oh shit, kena bokong doi. 3 lawan 4. Semuanya spectre.
That's just really put him in a bad spot. Devi at least able to trade back. Mind Freak. He's going to have to select this moment very carefully. You can see they're watching the smoke, waiting for him to emerge. He's got a teammate buying him.
Oh, Mind Freak!
Spray down. That is huge. Orbital strike to confirm the round, essentially. 3v1. Stax will get a kill, but time is the biggest enemy.
Time.
He has got to run for the hills. That is a massive round for PERHATIAN to pick up. They came into this with a lot of disadvantages, and damn did they make it work.
Yeah, and especially when it came down to like that 4v3 scenario after a couple of players attempted to get aggressive. They needed a little bit of luck, and it looks like they got it there. Just spamming through the smoke, lining up to try and just stop the person from defusing. Actually gets 2 for his money instead. And now it leaves a bit of a weird scenario. Now, DRX do have some pretty damn powerful ults, and some coming close as well. Like, you got the Seekers almost there, at Showstopper only 2 away, but the one I'm focusing on at least is that Viper's Pit. If they can get into a site, get into a good position, there's an opportunity for them here. And I do wonder if they're just going to try and utilize it almost instantly, but instead, Stax is just going to try fighting.
Stax the only player that had a Phantom though, so the players to back him up, not going to have nearly as easy of a time. The Showstopper won't be finding a kill here. The players are far too far away. But it is seizing the space, getting them onto the site quickly, allowing the plants to come through.
They waited. I like it. They didn't even move that little bit forward just in case, because they didn't hear it fired off just yet. Buzz, not wanting to get caught in his astral form. And they just
mundur tuh langsung.
hold them back at this point.
Pulang.
For the remaining players, not really expecting them to invest anything into this, and just going to try and
tange.
Was at least managed to find the first, fighting back into the stun, not too easy. Flash not going to blind anybody at all. I mean, they've waited out a lot of the utility here. It's the best moment to strike for DRX on the way through. Rifle,
Satu lagi, bro.
but nothing to be found for it. Still, good damage, all things considered.
Yeah.
And, you know, I like PERHATIAN. For a second, I thought, I'd love to see the Aftershock go down with the nade. But then I realized they were staggering their utility purely just to buy themselves that extra nade.
Beli nih. Run beli.
Moment, pop down the Aftershock, wait a second longer, stun it up. Nicely handled.
Yeah, again, still got pretty much all of those ultimates. Like, Benkai has his rolling thunder
Ngomong apa
on
sih?
the side.
Nicely handled.
Yeah, again, still got pretty much all of those ultimates. Like, Benkai has his rolling thunder on the other side, but defensively, a Viper's Pit potentially being put into play, Seekers when they need that information, or on the retake, so, again, there's a lot of danger here, and they're just going to lock it down on A site almost instantly. The only worry I have is that if there's any ultimate that they have to be really careful playing against when you're up against a Yoru, it's a Viper's Pit.
Yes, that can be extremely dangerous.
Spike drop.
Now, when you look at where PERHATIAN are at right now, they did start to give up the control here and move away, but it seems like they've got an idea of what they want to do, moving in towards this Viper's Pit. Mako holding behind the box, won't be baited out by that fake from Yoru. You've got a slow orb ready to fire through. A minute left on the clock, though. DRX won't want to use up all their utility just yet. And that might buy some time. PERHATIAN already setting up, starting to break this wall inside a bathroom. This is wise from them not to already be charging into the pit. They want to wait a moment. They want to make sure that they're applying pressure from both sides. What this does, though, is it allows DRX to start that rotate. 3 players here, the Seeker seeing them outside, and that's an ambitious play. He's already through! Forsaken's got them with the
Holy
TP,
shit.
and he had to be ulted by a showstopper.
30 seconds left.
But he wanted to try and catch out Marco. That's the problem. You needed to kill off this Viper. And in fact, he now re-aggresses further. This is going to be a huge surprise.
Aduh, ketahuan.
Marco's already won them the round. This has to be a straight sprint for the remainder. And they'll have to do it through a Viper's pit. I don't even think they have the time to get anything done
Bete sih.
for a miracle shot. And that slight bit of re-aggression coming out from Marco basically just closes it completely.
That is absolutely huge.
Nge-save
And
real.
initially, he was moving to get the flank, thinking that the players were already gone, that they were on their way to plant, and he hears that step behind him, and it's like Christmas came early for him. He couldn't believe his luck. 2 players running through his pit, not even looking at him. This right here, were it not for the showstopper, I mean, he was spraying through that. It could have come close to taking Mako down. But in the end, man survives and wins it out, and it's all around that Viper's pit. 11 on the board for DRX.
Yeah, 3 ultimates used in that round for DRX, just to make sure it's confirmed. The remaining 2, far more situational, and you do still have that Rolling Thunder available for an entry. Again, there's a lot of cool combination things you can do alongside that. You're stunning them up, not enabling them to be able to turn around to take that fight versus him. There's a lot of potential, but I don't know if he's necessarily going to be the focus point of this.
They haven't checked the right as they go through, but they'll spam it anyways. Luckily, already had Mako drop down. Over towards the side. Paper X have been cleared out long with the Yoru. Now going to look to blitz into the side, but again, DRX have got the lead. There's 3 players here ready to fight. Rolling Thunder for left side. They'll fight the right. And TP in on the back of the Rolling Thunder. Look how quickly Forsaken's already here. Able to eliminate RB and almost takes down Stacks with a sliver of HP. That's a quick frag for his teammates. Mako hasn't been spotted just yet, but they're ready. They knew he could be in the smoke. Zest quick to bounce back onto the site. They know the buzz is there. Really, Paper X didn't let anything slip there. That was such a clean round.
Yeah, I really like the potential combinations of that Rolling Thunder, because normally you're going to have yourself raised in most cases, blast packing in behind it.
Yes.
That's
Isuk
expected.
deui atuh.
The fact is, though, they have 2 players that can get in so desperately quick that it's impossible for them to check every single angle at once, because they're either trying to escape to make sure they're not just getting killed while they're stunned, or they're going, Razor's flying over my head! So you have to try and almost focus on that. There's so much distraction play within this composition, and yeah, then just holding on to the site at the end. 11-8. Remember, this was a 9-3 first half, and DRX are now back to just pistols. Again, still with a res if they... Oh no! Well, there's the good spot, Mitch. There's the good spot.
Ikonya sakit
Pretty
banget.
good spot, yeah. They pushed down mid, got stunned by Breach, and managed to hit the shot swinging with the Sheriff. I mean, you get 1 bullet, 1 shot. They certainly didn't let it slip. These rifles are going to have a really tough time of recovering it. The one upside is that in the positions they killed them in, not wanting to over-aggress and lose their lives, they haven't retrieved those rifles. So the remaining players still only have pistols to play with.
Still, though, isolating these jewels not going to be easy.
Smoke's down.
I'm freak spotting one, but he's just gone straight into the
Oh fuck, anjing RB. Sakit banget anjing.
A quick trade, putting it into a 4 versus 2. It seems like a room.
Rarai Budiman.
Pulled a rotation. If they can manage to isolate
Wah, Mako.
this round could go
Main ini, main smoke deh.
All they have to do is deal with Mako, but that can be a pretty tough round.
Longnya
The
nih.
right angle, but he's avoided them, and the timing was perfect. The shot not connected though, and now stuck in the corner. It should be easy. Mind freak.
Ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah. Ya Allah, kena Iko dong. What the fuck? Kena Iko anjing, hari-hari kena Iko. Masa iya game 3 anjing?
DRX just looking unstoppable with 4 chances to close out this map and bring us to a sense.
Gila tuh.
It's just so dirty. So much aggression across the map from DRX. It's not the norm of what we see
Hari-hari
on this
di
map
Iko.
in particular, of what we've seen so far. It's been much more passive, waiting for these aggressive plays to come through from Paper X, and that spanner in the work has basically turned this now into a map point for them. A chance to take us to a 3rd, a chance to take us to Ascent, which within their region has been a phenomenal map for them. And somewhere I'm sure they're going to be incredibly happy to go.
To start this one out. PaperX are looking for mid control. Fighting up through hookah, they get it for free. DRX are content to just give this control up, maybe realizing there could be some weaknesses here for PaperX. The judge always going to be scary, has been spotted up and above. Nade for backside, going to push a player out of position. Mako in trouble, he ends up falling for the decoy. Forsaken! That was huge misread.
I don't think he spotted him. I think Marco managed to dodge within the tube, and because of that, it's all fallen apart. The aggression of Stacks is countered, though, and Devi has just gone massive. He's run out of bullets, though, and Buzz has killed the final two.
GG, guys.
Are going to claim their opponent's
Game
map
3.
choice, just as PaperX did before. 13-8.
Game 3, guys. GG. Main lagi Valorant. Keluar Valorantnya. Stay with me, my own kind. Atau.
Match found.
Oi. Oh, anjing, jangan-jangan nomor telepon kita jebol sama HP namanya. Lu nomor HP jebol gak? Maksudnya jebol tuh kayak tiba-tiba dichatin sama situs judi atau lain-lain. Dari peduli lindungi kan? Hah?
Kalau di chat kayak gitu sering sih. Dari orang nggak kenal tiba-tiba promo. Dari ini bukan sih pembelian pulsa itu.
Macam-macam katanya dari situ bisa dari aplikasi yang kita sering login.
Bisa kah?
Bisa. Peduli lindungi lah apa.
Silence.
Get contact. Ganggu banget sumpah. Ngechatnya tuh kayak sehari 20 kali ada. Misalnya satu di blok yang ngechatnya 5 anjing. Nomornya beda-beda. Niat banget sumpah orang-orang kayak gitu. Kontol. Apa gitu. Ngechatnya jodoh gitu. Pelet gitu kan. Ya Allah, camper.
Bullseye. Shot down. Fuck. Defeated.
kills remaining.
Itu apa?
Taken out. Quiet now.
Suka musik-musik.
5 kills
Ada
remaining.
YouTuber ada yang bilang aku nggak suka musik-musik.
Dominating.
Sedangkan dia videonya pakai musik. Aduh.
Video game musik.
Ada YouTuber bilang aku nggak
One
suka
kill
pakai
remaining.
musik-musik. Sedangkan video dia ada musiknya. Gimana tuh?
I am pleased.
Apa Kang sehat?
Susah diterjemahkan. Nice try deh.
Biasalah.
Match found.
Belum mulai ya? Pas mau gitu-gitu lu ada gak sih Prim? Pas mau devour.
Deathmatch.
Gak beli.
Warm
Belum.
up.
Ih, what the fuck? Ini apa sih yang orang di garage ngentot? Keluar lo anjing.
What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet?
Fight.
At one.
Ih, ding dong. What?
Eliminated. Sova removed.
Goblok depan muka.
3 down. 4 down. Good attempt.
Goblok.
Opponent killed.
Wow.
Stand down.
Dominating.
Enemy removed.
Fuck. Udah mati. Wah, blok depan muka.
Enemy down.
Gak mati. What the fuck?
10 kills remaining.
Ini orang aja. Apa itu orang ada di situ? Ih, goblok hidup.
Jet 5 kills remaining.
Remove. Sova remove.
Ya Allah, nge-whiff. Udah mulai belum?
Close.
Map 3-nya apa sih nih? Asal. Gila, niat buat mereka main terus. Oh, Esen kan benar. Yuk kita nonton lagi. Tuh.
Didn't select either team would have expected, I'd imagine. We're diving on into map number 3, round 1 of Ascent with PaperX on the defense. But again, they're the ones attacking, moving in the middle, taking those fights, and they have stopped DRX from going anywhere near that part of the map. Instead, they switched direction over to A, and now they're slowed down by the paranoia. Gotta wait a moment, shock dart in, now here comes the push.
Oh, the shock dart's done so much damage. Look at the HP of the DRX players as they've entered the site. I don't think you're going to see much more from a single shock dart. It doesn't matter though. Buzz connecting a crazy shot off the back of his pistol. They've also got the drone to try and hold them back. I say that, my Beckeye just goes jumping through. Buzz ends up with a 4K, and DRX, even though they took so much damage on the way in, will still get the round.
Out of ammo in the Headhunter, down to 8 HP. That means Buzz is out of the round, right? No, he goes underneath heaven, ducks down, and says, "Look, I'll at least try to distract them while they come down."
He got the 4 kills after he was down.
Look to AHP. Tucked here, bang, bang, easy as can be, dropping down, taking both, and that is 1-0 with a 4K for Buzz. Now, that is actually kind of huge because he is going to be close to the tour de force coming into Paper X's full buy. So keep an eye on Buzz this round. If he gets 3 kills, 2 kills and an orb, whatever, any combination that results in him having the ult online, then the next round gets astronomically difficult for Paper X.
Well, he's playing close to B as well. I wonder if there's no aggression out from the defensive side, which very unlikely. You're up against Paper X. But he might just go and grab that orb, and then it's even less. It's like, what, 1 orb, die, or 1 orb, kill, die? Like, that's going to get him enough to actually get it. Instead, though, it is very passive from Paper X. Sitting back, waiting to see what sort of aggression is coming through. DRX are expecting something. They're expecting a move on the other side. And because there's been no information other than a single drone, which will make it into A, they rotated everybody.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, Device realizing he can't really make a play through that at the start. Tries
he
to...
then unrealized it and ran through the smoke.
Yep, and it went as expected. Buzz now with his 3rd kill of the round, and you know what that means. Next round, we are going to have that ultimate online. Also, you can send someone again? Just still... I was practicing it with Enzo all weekend, so don't worry. This is going to be really tough, and I mean, for DRX, they can lose a weapon now. They wouldn't even care, but I suppose Buzz can have that backup of a Spectre to play with a Tour de Force. That's going to be such a tough round for Paper X. It's a flawless, a Prime Gaming flawless round 2. You really couldn't wish for a better start to this map if you're DRX.
No, literally, unless maybe you had RB somehow getting a load of kills and orbs as well, but
sure.
I feel like that's one of the most ambitious things you could ever hope for. So yeah, the fact that Buzz is going to go in, and for those of you who maybe just started watching DRX, you're like, okay, well I've seen Buzz play a little bit of Jet, but ultimately he's your Sentinel player. Why are they getting so excited? This guy was absolutely nuts last year playing the duelist role. Like, he is an incredibly aggressive player, someone who is fantastic with the operator. And a lot of people, when they saw him switch to Sentinel, were basically like, well, he's just going to be on chamber the whole time. His Killjoy was a massive surprise. Nobody expected that. If they did, a bit weird. But either way, the fact that he now gets this going into the round, and just look at the sheer pace of the rest of the team. They are just running. They're blitzing their way in. Device come through the smoke again! Oh, he just ran in for the 2nd time, but...
What the fuck?
Okay, Buzz. Okay.
He's not even doing it with the Tour de Force.
What?
He gets it. What? The 4th kill.
Allahu Akbar.
Close out the round.
Hampir, cok.
Responsibility is left to Mako, but man, oh man, has he done some leg.
Si Jing nge-flash dirinya sendiri, anjing.
Retrieved. Forsaken trying to sneak his way behind. This is the full buy for Paper Rex. And it's come down to an unbelievably close scenario. Mako is on his way to A, and he's pretty much
Kedengaran
guaranteed
tuh
his
harusnya.
life plant.
I need a tactical pause. I don't know if I can carry on with the rest of this round. Even still, though, it could be ruined by Forsaken. He's got good positioning, the timing even better, but the smokes actually mask that spot, and because the rest of the angles are cleared, Marco is able to just hold back in a position where he has to almost fight him close. Forsaken, though, slowly...
What the...
Marco just decides to swing him! Ego the man! And they will take themselves
Oh my god, TRX.
Production,
Try, guys.
give me that slow-mo right now, because that, like... I know I don't care about this shot. I definitely don't care about this one.
Dapat.
Yeah, these ones are
Dapat.
nice. Give me this one.
Ngekill. Nah, ini yang ini. Ngekill yang ini gila sih.
Yeah, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Hell was that?
You can't. And the best part is, Tom, he had the Tour de Force online the whole time. He could have switched to it. It was just as quick as going to the headhunter.
11-1 anjing.
But no, he's like, I'm just going to run at them with a Spectre. Kill 2. Down to the headhunter.
Also,
full blind. Headshot that guy. Get out of here, man.
Whoever decided to put that clip from his POV without the X-ray, you're my favorite human being.
Yes.
Because I don't think people realized how BS that shot was until you see what he saw, which was nothing.
Oh my god. Paper X have got to be absolutely devastated after that round. I mean, we theorized that Buzz could have impact. The tour de force would be a key part, and yeah,
got one kill.
It opened the round, but but it did nothing other than that. It was a Spectre, a full-blind headhunter, and a beautifully timed clutch by Mako. I mean, every part of that. The smoke he put down, crossed to underneath, and then he counted to 10 in his head, peeked out wide, caught him off guard. It literally could not have been better. DRX are just on fire.
Yeah, they're playing this so patient as well. They know again that they're up against mostly pistols, and Forsaken's having a little jiggle. Now he's in an aggressive enough position, but again, it's the same thing. They've just used a single drone, and it's kept all the other players. Forsaken just trying to fall back to the side. He's actually going to play around the smoke. They should expect this. It's Forsaken after all, but he's going to actually... He follows him with the dash! Oh, I love watching this guy.
Buang ulti tuh per second.
Does not work like anybody else's. No one else would do that.
That was like Doctor Strange seeing all the possibilities. The only way he gets away with that, and it's so quick, man. So close. Oh my!
I played. Used a single drone, and it's kept all the other players. Forsaken just trying to fall back to the side. He's actually going to play around the smoke. They should expect this. It's Forsaken after all, but he's going to.
Oh my god, jago banget. Diikutin gak tuh? Dasnya diikutin, cok. Dikejar. Pinter anjing.
I have a feeling he popped his knives.
Forsaken did?
Yes. We'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe I imagined that in the confusion of everything going on, but I think after he used the shorty, I'm almost certain, yeah, he popped his knives.
Oh no. There's the dash in. Oh, they saw him on the edge as well.
He can't be so... Imagine, like, Marco doesn't even react.
Wait.
Like, he just like, yes.
Yeah, Mako's spraying down. Did he kill someone in spawn with the initial spray? I didn't even notice in the replay because I was watching for the guy at the shorty inside the smoke.
Surprisingly, that was our focus.
Yeah, I thought I think
Buzz
he... But either way...
13-1 in 4 rounds.
That's actually insane.
He's averaging more than 3 a round.
In the first 4. Well, here comes the full buy for PaperX. I mean, better chance than we've had so far for them. Operator in the hands of Forsaken, and it's holding
I think
long.
he was gambling on a trap being there. So that's why that smoke looks weird.
Yes.
But he's hoping that he's smoked off a trap, but instead it's actually a lot deeper. Now this does still give an awful lot of control. And actually, he's putting smokes down for his teammates. So Mindfreak is happy to just sit here. This gives them the A site on lock other than mid, and it means they can gamble the rotate over into B, which has been a high point of contention in these early rounds.
Yeah, I don't mind him putting the smoke down here at all for his teammate. He could try to
nice one.
Behind, but why when they've got so much control? And that's exactly why they're content to sit still. The operator holding down the A site. They've got A long locked and a stack up on B. Killjoy utility revealing that these players have come up through middle. Great turret placement as well, just to gather all that information. This is something that PaperX have planned from the very start of the round, and DRX are walking right into the trap. That is dangerous though, caught with a flash out. Luckily they're able to keep it in their favor. Not really though. DRX quickly answering back. Jing gonna try to pop the flash around, swinging through.
Come on, Jing. Come on, Jing. Oh my god.
For 2. DRX now at the advantage, and Mako closing that round out beautifully. 4 kills for him there.
The thing is with this round as well is like you talk about like PaperX having this stack up. DRX used Seekers. They knew how many players were in that site and decided to challenge them anyway. Decided to push in. This team is feeling incredibly confident at this point. How many players have we now seen run through that smoke? I feel like it's almost just something in the back of Marco's head. It's like someone's gonna
Anjing.
But yeah, again,
Crosshair placementnya si Mako.
no surprise that PaperX are gonna call themselves.
Dia masih pakai Zoe, cok, yang harga 600 ribuan bisa sejago itu. Mouse tidak jadi ini guys, jadi tentu bahwa lu jago atau enggak. Mako dia pakai mouse itu.
But again, a lot of them are going to be very situational, like having a lockdown prepared for a retake. Maybe they gamble a bit more towards B and mid and try to play that A site. But we know that every person has got themselves shock dart lineups at this point. Everyone and their nan has them. So
the whole Discord for them.
There is, yeah, that is true.
Well, 5-0 on the board, things do start to get scary when you even consider the fact that so far, obviously Buzz is 13-2. Pretty good game, not leaving a lot of kills for everyone else. RB's not on the board at all. You know, obviously entering through, he's got a tough role, and he's being dashed with a shorty. You know, he's having a tough enough time there. But the thing is, even in that round, he dies to the shorty. The trades are there instantaneously. They take the space. So he's doing his role. But the thing that I'm getting to is if RB, on the defensive side, he is going to also be a big, big threat in terms of fragging power. Sure, here he's going to be nerfed by the entry ability, but there's a whole second half coming, and so far PERHATIAN have built no foundations for that. They need to start stepping it up, and it doesn't get easy here because, again, not a whole lot of cash, so they've got to come in here with just scraps.
Yeah, in theory, they could try and get themselves the Hunter's Fury off the back of an orb, but again, like, the orbs on this map are horrible. Like, to try and get them when you're on that defender side is incredibly difficult. And you can see RB, he knows their plan. He has a teammate alongside him in case there's some sort of pop flash. He can just stay behind and just swing off the back of it. It's a nice setup just to try and deny that extra control. And that's what DRX is so good at. Maybe the best at. Just these very slow defaults. I'll give a shout out to Loud as well. I think they did an incredible job the other day versus Liquid. Maybe not so much on Haven, but on the other maps at
Forget
least.
about that.
It happens.
It does. It does. I mean, it very nearly happened here. DRX's bounce back on bind was unbelievable. Oh, the shock dart's huge! Look at that damage! The reveal as well.
Benkai! What the fuck? That Sheriff, 2 kills.
Huge damage done. Shields stripped away from most of these players. The Hunter's Fury's maybe a little overcommit, but considering the buy, they've got to make sense. Great flash in with the stinger. Decimation from Jing.
Digituin sama Stinger anjing. Oke, nice one. 1 point untuk PERHATIAN harusnya ya. Masa iya ke clutch lagi ini?
You take a tactical pause, and this is what you come out with. Like,
Masa iya?
So little time left. They really
Masa
want to try and
iya?
kill on Marco just to get that remaining weaponry, juggle it between the other players. But that was just beautiful. The shock dart timing, then also having the dart afterwards, just to make sure that you can finish off some of those remaining players who are trying to scatter away from the utility. I think there was actually a nano swarm in the middle as well, just to try and almost push them that little bit further forward. And yeah, how many times are you going to see a double Sheriff wallbang? Never.
I mean, initially they moved out of the way in the nano swarm. They walked forward, then they stepped back a second to get out of the way of the nano, and then what's that coming up from the sky? That's unbelievable. Way to make it work with a low buy with practically nothing to work with. They didn't even have to see half their opponents. 5-1, the first round for PERHATIAN. Now they've got to do it on a full buy, though, and that's where there's been some trouble.
Trying to follow that dart wasn't easy. Bouncing all the way back. Some pre-fire shots not too far away from Benkai, and again they're going to go back for middle control. But look at what the defenders have done in the meantime. They've already taken the A extremity. You can see also the push-up into B. They may not have mid, but they have control elsewhere. The only worry at the moment is the potential for them to push through towards the spawn, and you can already spot that there's a rotation coming to try and counter that.
Covering all their bases, PERHATIAN know the gaps they're leaving.
Nyari dia. Dia lagi nyari trap, ada trap kayak gitu. Oh, ternyata trapnya di sini gitu. Bas kena anjing OP-nya. Diperkosa dah tuh. Solo dah nih. Dia OP solo. Mati sih. Wah, anjing. Info katanya OP di ini boot house. Cabut tuh kan langsung cabut, takut sama OP-nya.
He's ready with the paranoia. Shot not connected, but he slowed them down. There's still some utility available. They don't expect him to still be here. He's gonna look to shut it out. And then
Masa iya, nice one guys. Come on. Masa iya, hampir.
Yeah, that was huge by Mindfreak. A risk that paid off tenfold. Tucking in that corner after popping the paranoia, they assumed he's going to hold back and try to run the clock down. I mean, there was like 15 seconds left, so if he can drop the spike on the way across or make it a little more difficult for them, but instead he catches them completely off guard. And knowing the alarm bot was there as well definitely helped him out, and just continuing to hold that, knowing that it's likely to drag their crosshair as they swing on out. A second round found for PERHATIAN, but because of the streak of rounds that DRX have found, they're buying up yet again.
Yeah, and they're also very close to some incredible ultimates on the attacking side. So they do have to be a little bit careful not to allow them that orb control. And again, you could just see the challenge just coming through. A very deep push for Forsaken, but I think he knows he's been spotted. So it doesn't want to overpeak, doesn't want to give the game away, but we'll just keep that little bit of control.
You know, for the most part, this will be a slow round from PaperX, the main point of aggression being Forsaken. But as time goes on, and with that drone going up short, there's a chance that they start to get aggressive. But here comes the Trailblazer in to clear it out. Pushing him all the way back. He has avoided being spotted and instantly reposts on the angle. Shot not going to connect. Now under a lot of pressure, has a teammate here to help him. And the key thing being that it's Jing. He can pop a flash through
gak kena dong.
Try to close in the distance.
Aduh, gak mati dong. Waduh.
Jing able to trade, but he's taken down. And now DRX might have control of the site.
Living the area.
Having TP'd in. But they'll know that.
Solo tuh.
This is the standard play for
Solo tuh.
this kind of round.
Aduh, gak dapet dong. Di wallbang dong. Mereka harus keluar sih, nggak mungkin diem. Pasti di wallbang sih. Oh shit, oh shit. Oh, Davai pakai killjoy-nya. Nice try, guys.
Yeah, another really solid play, having Mako inside the smoke really maximizes his low HP if the player tries to push through, and then obviously they're able to just double swing out to close it. This was ridiculous. I mean, he got jumped on with the shorty, only half his HP stripped, and then the trade was instant from the rest of DRX, getting past that utility that had slowed them down and initially breaking through the choke point. The 6th round found. It's not going to pressure PaperX too much economically, but they don't have any ultimates. They committed a lot to that round and didn't manage to walk away with it. That leaves them on square one, whereas DRX, on the other hand, have a lot to work with. I mean, look at that ultimate economy. Only 3 orbs needed for them to have all 5 to work with, and they're all very impactful.
They're going for these aggressive plays again. Mid being battled for, so much damage being taken, but these crossfires push through from Forsaken. It's so risky, but he's hitting the headshots. And they're just trying to flee.
One tap, oh enggak.
From a man in form at the moment, looking to try and punish on towards this A sign and looking for the spot.
Oh, nice.
Freak, but he's found another as well. These
Jangan.
rounds just seem to fall apart. Sometimes these aggressive rounds,
Okay, nice one.
switching corners every second.
Oh, fuck off. Oh my god. 2 lawan 1, masa iya? Nih agresif play. Kenapa dia maju? Karena dia berharap dapat 1, jadi 1v1 gitu. Dan pinternya PRX itu dia bareng gitu. Jadi jangan sampai misah ketika udah ada. Emang dapat akses buat watch party enggak? Jadi nanti si ininya si videonya nanti dihapus aja fully. Jadi nggak usah di public.
Ada fully?
Ada fully, guys. Halo fully.
Selamat datang fully.
Gila, selamat datang fully. Udah kita tunggu-tunggu dari tadi.
Sudah ada mic kah?
So far they've been right with the majority of them. It's actually in the more defaulty rounds that they have a problem. Now something you mentioned is the potential vulnerabilities in the
Saking rindunya sama
Iya, gitu udah rindu banget sama fully, Cok.
The difference though, you got a Blade Storm. So that's already one player able to have a free purchase. You've also got yourself a Tour de Force, which is another player who has a free purchase. So
Jadi silver 2. Aku dari tadi kompe karir mengenaskan cuman menang 3 kali hari ini jadi silver 2. Nggak apa-apa, lu harusnya turun emang. Mungkin masih cocoknya bronze dah. Kalau silver kayaknya belum cocok. Mungkin di bronze lu bisa mendominasi. Atau iron dah, iron coba dah. Turun dulu aja nggak apa-apa. Ulangi dari iron gitu kan. Lu bener-bener solo sendiri gitu. Atau lu party berlima tapi yang sama-sama iron juga, jangan sama smurfer. Beneran pelan-pelan naik, belajar di situ. Mungkin silver masih ketinggian bagi lu. Rapih banget ya Korea. Di coachnya.
Poninya itu loh. Poninya itu loh.
Poni iya, setelan iya gitu kan. Opa-opa banget.
think it's a crunch round for sure, especially being on that defensive side for Paper X. Like 3 rounds to the 6 on the other side is not particularly looking great. Sure, you have Forsaken who has a chance to take over, and he's had a couple of rounds just like that. It does seem though that at least
Aku udah kuat di silver, tapi itu kalah rank nggak apa-apa. Oke, gue main nggak peduli rank, main-main aja. Oke, kita tengok ya. Ininya fully, kita tengok.
I can't remember what the last one is, but it's still
Ray Killer.
They haven't managed to win many standardized rounds. And as said, on the other side, well,
mana? Ah, pasti kamu main sama ini Smurfer. Ya, percuma, bro. Menangnya di carry. Percuma, bro. Menang di carry mah. Kalah di carry, menang di carry. Ya udahlah. Lihat gue yang pakai Reina, tetep aja temen lu nge-carry kan. Itu apa namanya? Kill 20 mati 20 dan lu mati paling banyak, lu banyak nge-throw pasti. Matinya 20 gitu. Roundnya lebih dari itu time apa? TO kan? Apa? Namanya bukan time out, apa sih? Apa sih? OT, overtime. Kata siapa aku yang impact di situ loh. Kan POV orang lain, kita nggak bisa nilai diri kita punya impact atau enggak. Yang nilai orang, atau lihat aja dari statnya. Terus di Viper juga nge-impact. Wow, oke, kok gitu. Kalau lu ngeklaim lu impact ya udah nggak apa-apa. Iya deh, lu nge-impact deh.
Lewat fully berbobot ya.
Paling impact deh. Kita tengok lagi. Katanya pakai Viper impact. Viper impact. Iya, temen lu 2 biji mungkin nih. Smurfing. Pakai Astra, temennya 2 orang smurfing. Ya kan? Pakai apa ini namanya? Pakai Reina 2 orang smurfing. Ya. Lu nggak bisa kayak gitu. Hitungannya nggak bisa lu ngerasa impact ketika teman lu smurfing. Yang ngebersihin teman-teman lu. Mungkin mereka tanpa lu atau mereka cuma berdua lawan 5 juga bisa jadi menang. Waktu pakai bridge juga impact dan gue save round tapi kalah. Oke. Lihat aja tampil pakai bridge, dia mah rank plat kan nggak jauh-jauh. Ya tetap aja mau dia ranknya plat tetap dia smurfing. Bayang nggak sih? Musuhnya biasa aja bukan smurfing rank asli. Terus lu setim sama yang smurfing. Kalau kalah malah lucu sih. Alah, fully, come on, bro. Kecuali untuk have fun ya, misalnya lu have fun, misalnya lu coba-coba agent itu, iseng, itu nggak apa-apa, mau smurfing. Tapi kalau misalnya jadi serius, bantu gua dong naik rank, wah, goodbye Valorant. Valorant tidak cocok denganmu. Ih, lu smurfing aja pernah kalah. Iya, maksudnya gini loh. Tujuan lu smurfing kan buat fokus ke rank kan jatuhnya. Kok kayak gitu. Gua kan have fun. Ngepicknya suka-suka. Tiba-tiba pakai jet yang agent gua nggak bisa pakai. Tiba-tiba pakai sky, pakai AP. Yang gua ngaco gitu. Jadi guanya nggak fokus sama main. Fokusnya sama iseng aja. Mainin skill, mainin apa.
Finally, it's paid off for them. He won't be doing that again.
Well, it's exactly what we spoke about, the term disruption. You can't disrupt their play if they are sitting back in a default waiting for you to push forward.
Ikoin, aduh 37 dong. Iseng-iseng top frag kayak bagus dong berarti. Udah iseng top frag.
It wasn't eco, so the hope was very low. You throw out a Hail Mary play like that, but it didn't work out. I mean,
we're trying to hold them into the spike, but
they're going to be able to walk around that, go into the corner if he can get a kill or two, but the reveal, oh, well, Meko's gone down. It's something.
It doesn't matter, though, and that's the problem. Going into the last round, 4 players surviving, there is plenty of cash to drop this man a weapon, and yeah, in fact, Zest still has 6,000 credits if they ever needed anything extra, so a very, very good half coming in for DRX. I think, yeah, they've been dealt a couple of blows by some incredible set plays from Paper X, but ultimately, their default rounds, their holds, their sort of executions, the early rounds from Buzz as well have been phenomenal. He's 18-6. He slowed down a bit. He slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, okay, if he kept that kind of pace, though.
13 kills in 4 rounds. So he's not done anywhere near as much in the rest, but it's not really been needed.
Yeah, if your main criticism is that Buzz isn't getting 70 kills in the game, I think.
Bahkan tadi Soul juga udah nge-carry tim tapi masih kalah. Pakai Jet 18 kill. Nice try.
Sure, we've seen that slip a little bit, but you can't be perfect all the time. We're not Tom. There's a compliment. See, yeah, you probably didn't think that was coming.
No.
I saw you think for a second. Wait, was that an insult? No,
yeah,
that's a nice thing. This final round here.
Dar.
Gold for Paper X.
Oh, that's great.
Ih gila, kiri kanan cok. Oh fuck, what are you doing guys?
Again, I think
GG sih.
an incredible read on what's currently going on, and because of that, Paper X are almost just
GG guys.
is tempered, is waited for, and Divide, the only hope. He'll get a couple of kills, but ultimately they're just consolation frags. DRX, another.
Rim, kalau lu niat ya, kalau internetmu kuat ya, lu bikin lah, taruhlah 10 account yang beda. 10 account yang beda tuh. Lu streaming sambil buka 10 account yang lain, tontonin streaming lu sendiri. Jadi ngejar ini, dia ngerekomen ke YouTube jatuhnya, ngerekomen ke Branda kan rame tuh, stabil kan, pasti kerekomen.
Gitu ya, baru ngerti aku.
Iya.
Berarti selama apa penonton nonton lah gitu.
Malah lebih bagus kalau pakai apa ya, jadi kayak dulu jasa GB PB kan mereka pakai satu PC itu bisa beberapa IP kan, jadi misalnya ada Windows yang 2 gitu,
virtual
apalah itu
box.
Semacam aku nggak ngerti.
Kalau virtual box bisa sih, internetnya yang belum.
Yeah.
Initially replace their composition of taking away the KJ. How does that look for them? How do they implement it? How does Buzz fit into that?
Kata pro player Gas TV bilang yang penting lu coba bertahan dulu di rank itu. Kalau lu sering main dan kamu rank lu naik, otomatis skill lu iya. Dan poin utamanya adalah lu jangan jangan minta temen lu yang jago bantuin lu di smurfing. Ketika lu bertahan, ya lu misalnya menang tapi lu nggak main solo gitu. Atau berlima atau party boleh, tapi yang sesama silver, sama rank silver asli gitu. Jangan lu ngajak temen lu yang smurfing, lu nggak akan kecuali gini ya, lu ambil misalnya mereka nggak main duelist deh, mereka mainnya support atau apa, lu main duelist atau misalnya yang lebih guna misalnya controller, jadi biar mereka jadi support lu yang jadi orang depan mereka gitu, yang ngefragnya dulu gitu. Coba kagak minta itu mereka streaming, cuman gue ngajakin main kompe aja, terus ada dia plat, ya udah gue ganti ID silver. Oke. Nice try kalau gitu. Boleh. Prim, kayaknya besok gue ulang tahun gak mau ngadoin bracket nih, bracket monitor.
Kapan?
Besok.
Asli.
Pengen ini bracket monitor dari Primary.
Waduh.
Oh enggak, ini deh second monitornya deh.
Ya ampun, makin mahal dong.
Oh enggak ya, fully mah bacot doang. Nih, lu inget gak ada dulu, ya gue gak akan nyebut siapa ya, tapi ada bocah semacam fully lah yang, tapi fully dia apa ya, kasarnya nyari perhatiannya masih dalam taraf yang wajar gitu ya, dibanding dulu ada bocah yang agak alay gitu, dikit-dikit pengen main bareng, dikit-dikit pengen buy one gitu, jadi pengen ngejago gitu, pengen seimbang sama skill streamernya gitu, terus dikit-dikit minta moderator gitu, padahal impact lu gak ada kan. Kalau lu inget, gue gak akan ngasih tau namanya, tapi pasti lu ngerti siapa ya. Tiba-tiba nggak tahu, mungkin dia kesal, oke Kang, gua challenge lu 1 tap 20.000, anjing, langsung gua tuh habis round itu langsung 1 tap 2 kali langsung hilang, kagak dibayar, tai anjing.
Alasannya kalau nggak salah belum dikasih duit sama orang tua.
Enggak, dia nggak bilang apa-apa.
Oh, berarti beda.
Oh, lu inget orangnya ya gitulah, maksa gitu. Kang main bareng, tiap main bareng tuh berisik banget ya Allah. Kayak dikit-dikit ngeluh, dikit-dikit marah-marah gitu. Wah, bocil.
Untung fully belum ada mic ya, full.
Enggak, iya waktu itu fully belum ada dah. Tapi semacam fully sih, tapi untungnya lebih parah dia. Gue lebih nggak suka sama dia dibanding fully. Masih ya bocil pada umurnya lah, yang masih mengeksplorasi gitu, yang masih cari tahu tentang dunia aja. Tuh full gue bela lu. Cepet donate 5 juta.
Baru mau ngomong itu tuh, cepet donate. Udah
dipuji. Kalah sih ya. Dar.
Si paling ngerti dunia dah. Gigi gaming Bang Fully.
Si paling ngerti dunia dah. Iya, jelas. Dibanding lu iya mungkin ya. Enggak deh. Fully paling tahu segalanya. Ampun saya mah. Valorant aja baru main 2 hari yang lalu. Kalah sih ini kayaknya. Lower bracket nih, PERHATIAN.
Prepare sahur dulu bentar, Bang. Mau nyiapin sahur dulu bentar.
Oke, santai bro. 24 kill sendiri tuh buzz.
Our favorite words, technical pause up the top, and I think for PERHATIAN, I'm gonna take a moment to get a little bit cerebral with this one, have a little thought process, because look, 11-3 down, this has got to be flawless. 10 consecutive rounds to win, and they can only afford to lose one if they're gonna push to the OT. Flawless from start to finish, and on the attack side, up against an explosive comp like
2023 aku bakal berkembang di Valo, lihat aja, amin. Atau enggak di bulan September, Oktober with proof, amin. Good luck bro, ditunggu aja.
We already saw what can happen in that previous half when they did that with 4, and it was clean.
Yeah, they're
good luck ya.
winning rounds when they have their ultimates available to them, so it's something that always seems to be utilized well, and just with the way that each of their sort of star players, or at least in the form of Buzz, has been popping off, he's just earning his ult so regularly that you know eventually he's likely to take a round over the line. Now, on the other side of things, again, like this needs to be about as clean as can be. Don't allow anything to come through.
Kalau udah main selama itu masih stuck di sini aja, gue langsung exit Valo. Gini deh, lu targetin 6 bulan aja. 6 bulan lu belajar ABCDE tentang Valo. Setidaknya lu nyampe ke, jadi gak harus sih sebenarnya tiap 1 bulan lu ningkat itu udah bagus. Saya ek pertama atau episode atau ek ya hitungannya ya. Pokoknya itulah yang 1 periode itu loh. Tiap 6 bulan atau tiap berapa? Lu misalnya X1 rank apa, terus naik rank apa, platinum, diamond gitu. Itu udah improve. Tapi kalau misalnya jangka waktu lu terlalu lama, menurut gua itu nggak efektif. Harusnya iya yang deket-deket aja jangka waktunya 2 bulan, 3 bulan gitu. 2 bulan, 3 bulan lu improve udah bagus. Apalagi lu masih muda, refleksnya masih bagus, masih banyak yang bisa diasah, dilatih.
It's something that's kind of hanging over their head. But last time that we saw DRX play this exact round, they had a tour de force. This time that won't be there to work.
Tapi nggak kan juga sih, kan dari waktu itu belajar banyak. Amin.
He does have a head hunter, I can tell you that much for free, and a specter as well. You're also going to have RB likely trying to take some ground alongside him. That's the thing. This
pengen beli gua monitor bracket gitu coy, jadi nggak usah pakai ini nih alas. Jadi bawah tuh enak sih, keyboard tuh sama mouse-nya tuh leluasa gitu pengennya. Biar game mahal kok. Ek ini aku intinya targetnya naik gold dengan usaha sendiri. Next ek plat 2, amin.
Like bring that Astra back into play, because it does still have aspects that other controllers just don't have available to them. That stopping power on a site, almost the addition of a Sentinel to go with your smoker. Yes, you have to be an incredibly intelligent player to use those stars as well as you can. But I feel like someone like Marco can do it all. Like, we've seen him have a fantastic Viper. His Viper on Icebox, probably the best performance I've seen in the tournament so far. Like, he was entry fragging as a Viper. Sure, that may not be.
Gue pengen lihat tanggapannya si Kacau dan kawan-kawan. Pasti sobong.
Oh, Kacau dong. Alex.
Satu jam, berarti cuma punya waktu 3 jam. Bayangin kalau di sana terawihnya 23 rakaat tuh sulit tuh kayaknya.
Enggak, ini lu baru buka.
Terawihnya 23 rakaat. Kita ambil contoh
nih, ibaratnya lu buka puasa
screen.
nih, lu minum ya kan gorengan-gorengan, bisa kan ada rehat dulu baru makan gede tuh.
Iya.
Baru mau nyok udah imsak lagi, Bang.
Nonton ini aja dah.
Itu gua lagi ngebayangin kalau di sana terawihnya 23 rakaat tuh sulit tuh kayaknya.
Enggak, ini lu baru buka udah imsak lagi. Intinya mah begitu.
21 jam, berarti cuma punya waktu 3 jam. Jadi jeda dari
Asik.
The fuck this guy. Lu emang ada goal Kang buat naik radian, nge-stuck mulu, buset. Ada dong. Gile ya, dibilangnya stuck mulu. Gue naik tuh IMO 1, IMO 2, sekarang baru nyampe IMO 3. Santai bro, santai. Dibanding stucknya silver mulu.
For a while to come in with basically an incredibly aggressive attempt on their defensive side, like making the same play that
menang
attempted in the previous half. And yeah, it
besok jadi kan
apa
DBD
malam ya, tapi misalnya gimana ya, gue takutnya capek dari kan pulang bukber tuh, bukbernya jauh di luar kota, Purwakarta gitu.
Reuni atau gimana?
Iya, reuni itu. Purwakarta nggak tahu tuh nyampe ke Bandungnya jam berapa, mungkin 8, 9. Kalau capek mah nggak live stream, kalau kuat live stream. Gitu. Lu cari partinya aja dulu, misalnya berapa orang. Kalau kurang mungkin aku join. Gitu bro, belum janji deh. Nice try.
Fully gimana full?
Dia mana main kayak gitu. Naiknya IMO itu pun dikit, dia tetep lu kira IMO naik RR20 kayak 20 RR-nya di silver kagak.
DBD Epic kan?
DBD enggak, gua Steam kayaknya. Epic belum download, harus download deh. Terpisah kan? Beda.
Udah di ini belum di apa namanya? Yang kemarin tanya tuh apa namanya? Dijadiin satu akunnya.
Oh, nggak ngerti tuh.
Can Epic can DBD Steam account.
Naiknya IMO tuh itu pun dikit. Ya gini leh. Emang satu kali naiknya di IMO sama di silver sama tryhardnya. Di IMO mungkin lu sekali menang kayak cuman dapetnya 20, 22 gitu kan, atau paling sedikit 15, paling gede ya 23 lah. Lu di silver bisa naiknya 25 minimal, 25 paling gede, paling kecil mungkin 18. Beda bro, jangan disamaratain. Oh my god.
30 HP at least. It should be an easy kill, but 10 seconds left. Time is a huge constraint, but they found him. It comes a lot closer than
pokoknya IMO 2 tuh 80, IMO 3 200 fully. Radian baru 560 tuh jauh gitu. Ya kan sama, kalau menang nambah ya udah deh, iya full, siap. Berarti dia nggak ngerti maksudku apa. Hehe.
Finally coming up with a big round for PERHATIAN.
Yeah, I mean, Benkai did such a good job because the two players that he killed up on Catwalk, including Stax, who was about to have his flashes back, and things could have gotten really scary from there with Mako still lurking around the site. And you saw what damage he did with no support.
Ih, dilepas
Those
tuh anjing.
players are still alive. That spirals out of control, but he hits both of those tiny little headshot angles, closes it out for the team as well. Now with the 5th round on the board, they forced DRX onto an eco.
Harusnya dapat si round ini. Sama kayak silver 6 yang menang yang nama iya, tapi kan jumlah naiknya beda. Ya kan?
Aman kan?
Apa?
Aman. Steam sama Epic bisa ketemuan.
Oh, oke.
Tinggal add friend aja di game.
Oh, bisa.
Ya. Ada kode ID-nya masing-masing.
Oh.
Kayak Valo.
Wah, oh, jumlah naik RR-nya kalau itu ya iya, jumlah RR-nya beda naiknya kan, tiap kali menang atau kalahnya. Terus yang beda ya apa ya? Intensitas game ya, intensitas apa ya mudahnya ya? Usaha lu untuk melakukan menang di game Immortal lebih capek dibanding lu di Silver. Mungkin gitu kali ya. Nah itu lu ngerti. RR5 udah menambah 15-20, Silver 435-an.
Well, that's a retake for DRX in the first 2 seconds of the round.
Yeah, he's just gone straight through. The thing is, the rest of the players haven't been able to make their way through with him. They will get themselves the after plant, but at the same time,
Davai mati sama siapa?
already meant that there's an advantage here.
Dava.
Trying to check some of the other angles. The Seeker is going to give away.
Ah, mati dong nih orang.
They know that he's waiting, but the shot's not connecting. Mindfreak going to reposition, take a spot below the logs, as now they try to make their move.
Gear up for the retake, and indeed it's going to start with the Trailblazer, but these players making it out of market are going to have a tough time. The headshot angle for Mindfreak doing
anjing di OP dong. Nice one Benkai. Aduh, 1v2. Nice one Benkai.
Benkai are holding on. Benkai with another huge round, and the Red Bull clutch.
Benkai. So fucking step up on this game.
Yeah, he was at the bottom of the board in the first half, having a really rough time. I'm thinking like 4 or 5 kills maybe. He's now got more than that already in this half, and in clutch situations as well. This is already going to be a massive confidence booster for him, but more so, they're shutting down.
Most mahal ini bos ya. Most 12 juta.
But the fact is there was no one there. They were all playing aggressively. They were all looking to duel. And again, it's just a straight up fast-paced.
The fuck?
Buzz?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
And alongside the trap, it's just slowing them down as they try and walk. This is barely even an investment. This is barely anything for DRX, but their setup has left Devaya low.
They did everything right in the previous rounds. The leg work, the hard work done. Benkai, he really put everything into those last 2, and for this to be the round, for DRX to win, a headhunter close, the TP back in a double kill on the side angle for sens. That is
Gue yang masih bete kalau nembak itu pro jongkok, gak sih banyak yang bilang nembak sambil jongkok itu bikin aim berantakan dong. Tapi benar PDT yang kalau kata Coach Lippy, jongkok itu sebenarnya gini, bikin aim lu lebih kena, tapi bikin musuh juga dia lebih gampang dapat lu ngekill lu gitu, simpelnya gitu. Itu doang. Saya bisa nafas guys, let's go, don't throw this game. Jadi jongkok pun bukan jadi harus selalu gitu, lu nembak langsung jongkok, jangan. Tapi pilihan, kalau lu ngerasa nggak yakin kena, mending jongkok gitu loh. Tapi kok lu lagi bokong jongkok, tolol. Jadi pilihan mau nembak jongkok tuh pilihan. Malah ada yang jadi jongkok lepas apa crouch itu lepas pencet nge-spraynya tuh gitu. Aku sampai unbind jongkok di 2 hari. Ngapain? Jongkok itu juga perlu, bro. Serius deh. Setiap pencetan yang ada di game tuh pasti punya fungsinya masing-masing. Lu nggak harus jadi nge-unbind, karena jongkok tuh bukan dijadikan kebiasaan tapi pilihan. Kayak apa ya? Jadi di otak tuh ke mindset, oh gue udah mau mulai nge-whiff nih, gue coba jongkok mungkin dapet gitu. Ini kan mumpung ini nih. Kita tunjukin fully deh ya.
Kan guys, jangan lupa
apa tuh?
makan.
Oh ya. Tengok fully nih. Sama ya, masuk drenchu. Nih. Kadang kalau misalnya lu ngerasa udah nge-whiff gitu, jadi jongkok lu cuma segini doang tuh, gitu doang tuh. Gitu doang. Dikit banget gitu. Jadi misalnya di peluru awal lu ngerasa nge-whiff nggak kena, jongkok aja dikit. Terus ada pro player itu gini, jadi dia nge-spray, jongkok sekali lepas gitu. Gitu. Oh. Simpel kan? 3 pembiasaan.
See just how difficult that is to make happen. Starting here, RB again going to be on the operator, and look where he is. He even gets forsaken on the updraft, and Tom, that was the spike. At least they're able to retrieve it.
Oh sampai gue takutnya kalau jongkok sering kalah duel. Ya ente kalau kayak gitu mah. Wah GG.
DRX are moving on. That is an absolutely dominant 2-map.
Mako so funny guys.
The defensive side setup is something that teams are going to have to try and counter because those combinations on the entry to the site seem impossible.
Masalahnya si Jason sama si Buzz tuh kenal lagi anjing, sering mabar kan. Oke, masih ada lower bracket guys.
Itu headset apa yang dipakai turni?
Gak ngerti.
Kemarin nyari headset kan, udah ketemu kan?
Earphone.
Oh iya earphone.
Enggak jadi pengen, dipikir-pikir sensasinya jadi beda lagi. Mending ntar aja lah kalau ada duit, mending cari yang bener-bener headphone kayak gini, tapi yang khusus buat musik. Udah guys, sudah beres. Next gamenya apa sih? Cuman ini ya hari ini, cuma 1 ya. Atau lower bracket enggak kan? Hari ini. Rex. Oh ini. Langsung ini ya. Oh enggak, beda tanggal. Ini. Oh ini guard optik dulu nanti. Udahlah, kita nonton PRX doang sih. Oke kalau gitu thank you semuanya yang udah ikut nonton. Bye bye, sahur dulu guys. Selamat sahur semuanya. Bye bye. Bentar, jawab yang fully. Gue takutnya jongkok kalau saya nggak 2. Ayolah deh Kang, coba bawain lihat di mana soalnya gue kalah waktu 2 sama lu. Oke, ayo abis ini. Gue off stream.